Hi chat. Hi chat. Hi hi. Mwah. Mwah. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a day. Oh, I figured I probably should get online and do something. That I'm in my content creator arc. I can't really just sit back and not provide anything. So, just wanted to go live for a bit. Got nothing better to do except for editing videos, and that's kind of been hampered a little bit with my internet going out for the past couple days. But now we're back. So, um, Data Slate came out. I haven't been online since we last talked about or played that one stream game, Shadow Legion versus Halo's Creed. And I just need to get on I need to get online and do something. But wow, talk about the meta. It's been looking really, really weird lately. And I don't know how to feel about that. But it's volatile. We're still settling into a new meta. Nifty, what's up? How's it going, man? Um, but figure I get online, talk to you guys for a bit. Maybe we'll go over some lists that I've been brewing. Might watch We're Friends video on the last data slate, the combination of the old and the new. I'm only going to be online for like 2.5 hours because I got raid, and then I'm probably going to take a nap, and then I'm going to stay up all night because my night shift schedule is all sorts of jacked up, and I need to stay up all night so that I'm realigned for tomorrow. So, a lot of video editing going to take place tonight now that I have internet back. I was trying to do some. I did like a little bit of audio mixing and stuff, but it's really hard to like edit when you don't have like any, images or anything. Whoa, this is a new animation. I don't remember seeing this. Maybe I just never let it play enough. Just got back from a match, Halo's Creed against New Eldar. Lost by 8 points. Ugh, how is New Eldar? I haven't faced him yet, but I hear Ynnari is kind of the thing to be scared of right now. I haven't looked into what anything that Ynnari could do. I don't fight against Eldar very often, so yeah, I really need to like go out and actually play Warhammer. I've just been like stuck on like 1,000 points, and then I've been like slowly building up, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna go play TTS. TTS has definitely put a hamper on me actually building my models and everything. But I've been doing it a lot lately. I built like a Taraxi, I built 10 Corpuscari, and I built a Dissy all this month, and I'm starting an Iron Strider here in a little bit. As always, gonna show the Forever Winter because I fucking love this game. I can't play it for too long, but whenever I do play it, I just fucking... It's so much fun. Let's see this one. What are we doing? European drone components, mech hangar, and... okay. Oh, that's right, I stupidly fucking died. Ugh. Restore. Yeah, whatever. Saw is unavailable? No, I'm pretty sure one of these guys sells a saw. Is it this dude? Ugh, I guess not. Yikes. Whatever. Hello, hello, Heretic. What's up, man? Or, I guess, Canucks. I just one or the other. Yeah, we're just chilling today. Like I was saying earlier, I haven't been on for a bit. I think I saw that I streamed 6 days ago. I haven't really put out a new video, and that's kind of on purpose. A lot of it is just work. My work schedule has been a nightmare lately. So I've just been trying to keep my head above water, really. But the new video is gonna come out soon. I just feel bad because I haven't released like a proper video. Because what was it? It was like the Mechanicus Q1 analysis, and then it was the Halo Screed Battlecade versus Shadow Legion game, and then it was the voices in the code. I still think the last proper video I did was the Iron Strider one. You know, like the typical content. And I'm just like, ugh. Okay, I kind of gotta, you know, give people what they're here for. Maybe it's just like that I'm expanding the content too, so maybe I shouldn't think of it that way. But I do. I just like, you know, if people are here for the videos, they should probably make the videos. Stop being such a piece of shit. Lex, what's up, man? Always good to see you guys around. I'm starting... I still remember a lot of your guys' name. I'm hoping that doesn't change. Like, where I just, like... I'm not going to say I'm going to grow big. I am going to say that I'm going to get to a point where hopefully I still remember most people. I have, like, terrible memories, so... So we're going to mech trenches. This place is pretty fucking dangerous. They changed the water system in this game, and I'm not sure I'm a fan, to be honest. I feel that about to go to the field for 3 weeks. Hope it's not going to suck too much. Oh, yeah. No, I got put on, I know what the field is like. Well, I don't, because I've never been to the field, but I have had friends that have been to the field. Like I said, my friend used to be a 12 Bravo. I've just been put on 12s. Leadership just was just like, hey, we're just gonna fuck you guys because we don't think you're doing good enough, so 12s it is. And it's like wasteful 12s. It's not even like the 12s where they're scattering us about. It's more like, we're gonna put 2 of you on shift even though there only needs to be 1. So we're like, not only are we making you work 12s when you don't need to, but we're going to double up your 12s so that 2 people are in the office at the same time instead of just 1. And it just seems like mega wasteful, right? Because you're like, what, this really doesn't need to happen. But you know, it is what it is, whatever. Fucking just fucked up my sleep schedule, and I was doing really good there for a sec, and then 12s tends to like kind of start drifting you, especially on nights, because you get off of work at like 6 in the morning. And then, you know, the moment you see the sun, that's it. It's over. You wake up, and the next thing you know, you're awake till noon. You got to go back to work in 4 hours. You barely get any sleep, and then it's just a perpetual cycle of bullshit, man. It fucking sucks. But you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Deus Mechanicus Secator. Secator? I'm just gonna call you Seca. I've seen it, yeah. I think I always struggle to say your name. Every single time I see it, I'm like, it's Secator, but I just... Or Secator? I just give people nicknames. What am I supposed to do again? Dude, I have like half a mind right now. I've been awake for way too long. And I still have more shit to do all night. I'm probably gonna like take a little nappy and then... I might get on like at fucking 3 in the morning if I get bored. Like if I get burnt out from editing, I'm just gonna like hop on at like 3, 4 in the morning, maybe play some Metroid or something. I really never got any 12-hour shift for some reason. We only do 24-hour no sleep. Yeah, that sounds... Oh, man, I just don't get it, dude. The thing that pisses me off the most about that type of stuff is when it's like completely unnecessary. Like, leadership was basically trying to say that like, listen, you guys are fucking up, right? And it's not like big fuck ups. It's like, you know, in the blotter, we're not like doing it the way they want to and stuff. And whatchamacallit, it's like punctuation, or you know, people are just like copying and pasting entries and not doing X, Y, and Z, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna put you on 12s because we want you guys to like better yourselves and better the command center. And I'm just like, dog, how does 12s relate to that? Like, if you want people to fix their mistakes, putting them on at work for 4 hours without explaining exactly what you want done isn't fixing anything. You're just exacerbating the problem. I'm back. Did I miss something? Just me ranting about work. nothing that's really interesting.
Fill those pockets quick.
It's just it's one of the reasons I've been kind of AWOL lately, because it's just I went from like 8s to 12s, and I just haven't been on that much, haven't been editing that much. And then whenever I get off, like, and I do have like days off, I'm either like way too tired to fucking do anything and I'm just bed rotting all day, or in the instance of yesterday, I wanted to edit all night and then my internet blew out. So yeah, about that, the internet thing. So like ooh, I'm supposed to be sabotaging the robot. I think actually it's this way. Okay. You're not coming this way, right? You guys are gonna go I can't see because of these fucking sparks. Okay. 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 Okay, the fucking mech is there. God damn it! I just need to get up that staircase right there. I'm gonna run for it. Yeah, my internet blew out because. Oh shit!
It's raining bullets.
Fuck. My internet blew out because there was a winter storm here, and I called like the cable company and I was like, hey, my internet's out. Like I've like DNS flushed the cache and everything, restarted the modem and the router. I did everything that I know what to do. Oh. Hello. Who the fuck were you alone? Oh shit. Ow. Fucker, bro. God damn, that hurt. I didn't realize that was a sniper. Oh, I'm such a fucking idiot. What game? Forever Winter. I played a lot. It's really cool looking. It's fucking sick. The aesthetic is fucking everything. So much so that most of you guys already know. Welcome, Mark. I don't think I've seen you before. But yeah, so what happened was there was a winter storm here, and when the guy came to check out what was going on, because there's like a connection for the building, he said like, yeah, it turns out the entire building is down and you're the only one to call about it, but there's only like 3 people that use my service provider in the building. Everyone else uses like some fucking Comcast or something. But what happened was that somebody like opened the door or the paneling where the power supply was at, and they just like left it. It's outside of the building, it's not inside, because it's like, you know, protected. But somebody opened it, and during the storm, it shorted everything out. And I was like, who the fuck did that? So, because some fucking bozo left the paneling open, the storm corroded everything inside of it and fucked the power supply, so there was no feed for the internet. So he went and fixed it, and now I'm online. This is kind of like half a test to see if I have stable internet connection too. Did you use Gunhead yet? I am unable to have rounds in its head. I am unable to have rounds in its head. Oh, like you don't have a... Oh. No, I don't play much Gunhead. Just because I love how Gunhead looks. I love everything about him, except his walking animation. It just like... It's so clunky and stupid looking that it makes it like borderline unplayable for me. But like the entire aesthetic of Gunhead is cool as fuck. I'll throw him on after. I don't think I've leveled him at all. I hear that he's really cool because he makes you play this game a lot more carefully, since you can't heal, right? So you can't just fucking... Like, if I just took those sniper rounds there, you know, there's no getting back from that. Alright, I've never done the sabotage mission, so I actually don't know how to do this. I'll just prod around a little bit until I figure it out. I'll play Gunhead after, though. It says that somebody's in here, but I don't see him. Oh, there we go. Ignite Grease. Well, that was easy. I wonder if it alerts units. I know there was one mission I did that like sent people towards me the moment I sabotaged something. I can't remember which. Oh, it was like the hacking the server upstairs here. Here, I'm gonna move my chat closer so I'm not like breaking my neck looking at it. The work like... Wait. The work like 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago, we had a problem with the new system. 700 customers lost their... 7,000 lost their connection and had to be reconnected and registered again to the system. That sucked. Yeah, that sucks. Holy fuck. I just was never able to use its activate to shoot. I know that you have to be close. You can't... Like, it's a pretty close range ability for Gunhead. Like, I've only played him like once or twice. I wonder if I can find heavy shotgunners here. Those are usually European, I think, now, or Eurasian, Euruscan, technically. Same faction, whatever. Yeah, no, 7,000. Yeah, I misread that. The healing is not as rewarding as the hurting when wholesome motherfuckers. I don't know if there's any heavy shotgunners in this map. There's definitely drones. I think it's over by the tunnel extract. But ever since they fixed the detection system in this game, because they fucked it up last patch, but now I'm finding this game a lot more enjoyable to play. Speaking of which, there's a European. I forgot a ping. How do you do that again? The Q? I don't know. Come down. Oh shit. I heard homies. Where are they? Oh, shit. Alright. You know what? We're gonna go hide over here. Oh, middle mouse button. Yeah, thank you. I just know because that's a good way to identify what type of drones they are, because some of them look exactly the same. Oh, my lord. Where the drones at, man? Is it stuck up there? I guess it is. I think I'm gonna stick around a little bit. I'm not gonna extract just yet. I want to get drones. Even though this place is like hella dangerous. It's not Scrapyard next is dangerous, but yeah. BRB gonna loop next round in Risk of Rain. Damn, I haven't played Risk of Rain in fucking forever, bro. Holy shit, what a blast from the past. There's that one cosmic map that has that fucking banging guitar solo. A bunch of memes around that shit too. I see gunshots, but I don't see drone. Oh, that's a Eurasian drone. Hey, Cobblepot. Irashaimase. You have to, man. I mean, I could throw it on. Try it with Sandstorm 2 mod. I don't know. I don't really play Risk of Rain with mods. I'm not against mods in games or anything, but I just find them like more trouble than they're worth most of the time. I just try to enjoy the game for what it is, you know. I had a friend that really wanted me to get Risk of Rain 2 mods because he was like, oh, you know, you can get like unlimited lunar coins and X, Y, and Z. And I was like, yeah, but like, oh, that just kind of ruins the game for me. Nah, man, trust me. All right, I'll look into it. I'll look into it.
Another day, oh, another dollar.
I mean, fuck it, why not, right? I've kind of been in a rut of games to play. I thought Monster Hunter was gonna, like, capture the shit out of me. Because I, like, put way too much time into Monster Hunter World. I don't know, there's just a pool that isn't there with Wilds in my opinion. Like, it's a good game, I'm not gonna take that, you know, out of context or anything, but I don't find myself like cripplingly addicted to the game. I don't know. Somebody made an analysis that like basically there's a lot of reskin monsters because of the Guardians. There's a lot of monsters that you only fight once. Like, is it Shoujo or whatever, the last boss? Like, he doesn't even have an armor set. So like, while they have the same number of monsters on release, what's the name of this shit? Realistically, World only has like 25 to World's 29, and then 2 of them are basically reskins. So, like Guardian Arkfeld or Guardian Rathalos. So maybe that kind of takes things, you know, a little bit out. I should start a gold though. We're still trying to get to 50 on Twitch. Twitch is just so hard, man. But I like their interface, it's cool. Let's see. Oh, hello, cat. I kind of want to play... Frozen Swamp is really cool, actually. Let's do Frozen Swamp. They have a lot of drones, too. Gunhead, that's right. That's what I was going to do. I'm so bad with mods, except my RimWorld game has 270. Jesus Christ. Sandstorm mod has been available since ROR1. Oh, I have an idea. Give me a sec. Okay. Alright, let's do Gunhead. That's right, he can carry anything. Group and telemetry system. Let's take that out, move that here. Actually, I don't need healing, do I? That's actually kind of nice. I don't have to carry so much healing. I say that until I have to fucking actually, you know, play the game and die. Alright, so 182. Oh, I can carry so much, though. Damn, that's actually kind of sick. Regions, Frozen Swamp. We're gonna have to carry a lot of ammo for this part. 82, 100? No, we gotta go up. 160, 82. Let's go up 1. Alright, let's see. Hopefully you don't immediately die. To come back to the water update, I like it more because it kept losing progression since I often was unable to play for 3 weeks to a month at a time. Yeah, I guess I never really had that problem. I played this game quite a bit. Like, I was able to max like 50 water so easily, and I'm just like, okay. Like, I can leave this game for like 2 months and still be exactly to where I am. Um, I don't know. I guess I just never had that issue. Um, I just don't like it now because it costs so much water to get where you need to. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you want to get like a good extract point in or ingress point in oh shit, what's the name of this map? Elephant Mausoleum. It's like 5 water, and you can only like turn around like 3 water, 3 to 5 water per match if you max out, right? So it's just like, yes, you don't have to go to those fives all the time. There's some maps that start with 0, but like, I don't know, you just burn through it so much faster. It's almost like disincentivizing me to even pick those ingress points. The only one that's like I'm super incentivized to try to pick a water one is God, what's the name of this fucking map? Arid Mesa, because that place has some terrible fucking egress. I love Gunhead's voice though, I will say that. So let's see. You said shooting works for me. I just realized I went really loud. Shouldn't have opened so loud. I forget I don't have a silencer on this gun. How much... Is there a way to tell how much ammo you have with Gunhead, actually? That's another thing I want them to do, too. Like, I've never really been a stickler about field of view sliders in games, but in this game, some characters have it, like, way too close. Like, you can see this is taking up half of my view. The only way they can, like, fix that is if they, another thing I want them to add is over-the-shoulder view. Or, like, swap shoulders. Because sometimes it gets a little too tight. For me, it always starts with 0 ammo. Like, I'm clearly doing something wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I see. It says head ammo down there. It's a lot of drones. I hate how, like, drones in this map, you basically have to kill them. Because, like, otherwise they will hunt you down to the end of the fucking world. Does Gunhead take water damage, actually? EDA. Okay. Train schedule, I'm pretty sure, is all the way at the top. Like, way the fuck up there. See if I take water damage. Because if I do, that's gonna suck. I see that, like, stretching glitch is still a problem in this map. God, I move so slow. I played Scavgirl for the first time like 2 days ago, and I was like, yo, this bitch is quick. She is fun as hell to play. Oh, no, I can't make that jump. Was that you roping? Oh, you know what? I changed my melee to middle mouse button. That's why it's not ping. What is my ping? Let's look it up real quick. Real quick. Ping, 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 pop, 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 pop. Aim down sides, crouch, cycle, dive. Dive? You can dive? I did not know that. Where the hell is ping? Over the shoulder sprint, toggle, use consumable, forward, melee. Oh, Mark Z, that's what I have it as. It's a water thief drone. Wait, so you can dive, really? It's left alt. It's not working. Maybe Gunhead can't dive. Whoa! Alright. Hey, what the hell's that? Oh. Shit. Shit. Wait, I should not be playing this cocky, actually. I just remembered I don't have healing. Where's that last guy? Hello? Fuck it. Ooh, the stretching is going bad. I guess they haven't fixed that yet. Kinda sucks. heard that you can put different guns on Gunhead too. I haven't tried that. I think it's part of his upgrade tree. Oh. Oh. Wow, that's a lot of them. Oh. Wow, this sucks. I'm just gonna stand still. Never mind, they know I'm here. Honestly, I'm debating just running right now. I think I run. Ugh. Fuck me. Yeah, the first skill tree, I think AA-12. AA-12 would be a fucking nasty gun to have on his head. Hence the name Gunhead. Damn, that was a terrible fucking thing to spawn into. Those guys weren't heavy shotgunners, though. You're a robot. Uh-oh, I'm fucking up. I shouldn't be doing that. I think it's shot on this thing. Oh, it's not letting me ADS. Question mark? The hell is it shooting at? Totally misread that as the first Qatari. Oh, the first skill tree. Why am I picking up healing? I can't heal. I could use cigarettes though. Well, for Wardros, not for Gunhead. There's more? Dog. Hey, buddy. Oh, there's two of you. What are you guys doing in the corner? Big light. Hell yeah. Oh. Rig lights are just good to sell, honestly, in my opinion. Schedule. Yay! I need to quit picking up healing. Okay, heavy shotgunners. Maybe we can find some. I don't tend to find them in this map. Basic SIGs. That's it. European components. I mean, I'm in the European place. Maybe there's gonna find some here. I'm running out of ammo though. I think we just go down. God damn, talk about inaccurate. Oh. Go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Go down, go down, go down, go down. You don't see me, I'm not here. Woo-wee. Alright, half health. Yeah, this Gunhead definitely makes you play a lot fucking slower. Gotta be way more careful. Is there guys down here? I hear noise, but I don't know if it's up there. Oh shit, there's an entire fucking squad. God damn it. Where's my egress? It's over here. Hold on, let me switch tabs real quick. Boop. There we go. Come on. Come on. Damn, Gunhead is so fucking slow though. Jesus. Yeah, I'll check the skill tree after this. I want to see what I can throw on him. I don't have much points on Gunhead though. Ooh, you're open? Yes. Perfect. Fucking go down, Jesus. It's the only reason I hate the M60. It is so inaccurate. What the fuck? Okay, perfect. Alright, that's 1 out of 3. Might have to extract early though, because I'm really low. I'm just a little robot. Whoa. Cyborg, not worried. There's an egress point over here? Which one is this? I don't think I've ever seen this one. I usually come in from that side of the map, so I'm not used to coming in from the train tracks. Let's see. Okay, this is like fucking a nightmare to get through. Am I stuck? Oh, no, I'm good. Man, I love the soundtrack for this game, though. If you guys had a keen ear, you would hear it in a lot of my videos, actually. I might stop doing that once we hit monetization, because I don't want to get fucked. But, you know, it'd be cool as fuck. I love the music. It's like hip-hop trap beat AdMech, in my opinion. Yeah, I've never seen this extract before. Interesting. There was this one extract, I think it's in Ashen Mesa. It's one of the ones that is like you have to hold off and like a toothy robot comes out and it just terrifies the shit out of me. I had another extract too when I was in Mesa where it was the Orgamech was fighting a light walker and I was like, dude, how the fuck am I supposed to extract? It's just two unkillable units. They're busy fighting each other. Oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, I've never seen this one. Sick. Ah. Man. I've been having like the biggest itch to play some Warhammer, but I just like do not have the time or the energy to do it. I was thinking of hopping on yesterday. I was gonna talk to Manta to see if he wanted to hop on a quick stream for like a game or two, and then my internet exploded. So unfortunate timing there. Cause I have a list I'm cooking up. I could show it to you guys real quick. Let me see. Hold on. Let me bring it up real quick. I don't know if I'm logged in on this browser. Ugh, I forgot the Forever Once takes like so much of my memory though. Let me see. You guys can see this, right? Yeah, okay. I got this list that I've been cooking. I don't know, I play it on my next one. Oh shit, I'm not logged in. Hold on. Hello? Wait, huh? Hold on, I can figure this out, trust me. Ooh, what's my login? Fuck. You know what? We're just gonna do it here, actually. Hold on. All right, you guys can see this. Yes, okay. So this is what I'm cooking up right now. I have no idea if it's gonna be good. But what I have been running Call quite a bit, and it's because as much as I don't like Call, and as much as I know that Vanguard are better damage dealers overall, Call is a very reliable aura. That's what I like about him the most. So I've been running him a lot because of that, and it lets me drop a Vanguard squad. Because the problem I have, I always run 4 Skitarii based on battle size, right? So like every 500 points, I include 1. So, you know, 2k, usually 4. So I feel like Call is pretty good because he just like never dies, so I never have to worry about like, well, I don't want to say never, but I never have to worry about him like, you know, randomly exploding to small arms fire, and therefore losing my aura. So I guess he's good for that. You know? Like I almost never use the plus one a hit thing on him. Or the reroll hits of one. Um, but there's kind of been this talk right now where people are kind of running not just like full conquer lists, because usually it's like conquer versus Halo's Creed. Sorry. Um Usually people are running like conquer versus protector lists, right? What people are kind of doing now is they're doing what's the name of this shit? They're doing like pseudo lists to where like three dissies is pretty meta right now for AdMech because you know chicken walkers are too many bring it down points. They're not exactly reliable. Dissies are better at like drawing line of sight because of their big bases and stuff. Well, their holes. But what I like about Call is that if you decide to go into Protector, like in your later turns, basically what you do is you like blitz into Conquer and then eventually fall back into Protector to just do your secondaries, right? Instead of like always relying on Conquer or always relying on Protector. And Call is very good at lasting till like T5, right? So his R is really good to have reroll of hits at first, and then if you really need to switch him to battle line, you can at the end of the game. I think you mostly keep him in battle line anyway, unless you're doing like a dedicated protector list. But the big part about this list is the 20 rust, the 30 rust stalkers I got going on here. I I'm gonna try it out. We're gonna see. I'm not exactly confident, um, but it's really funny. I just wanted to try it. So the idea behind the list is going to be 30 rush, and then as they start dying and trading, you switch into protector and then just take advantage of double disintegrators, right? And then you'll have like the six Cataphren brick. Because if there's one thing that I've noticed right now, people are playing a lot of 6-3 Cataphrons. Um, yeah, a lot of people are playing 6-3 Cataphrons, right? Six with one enhancement and then three with the other. Usually it's like six with the six are going to be with the range extension, so they sit in the back and kind of just like become a threat to anything that decides to show its face. And then the three are your more like melee-esque ones where you want to push them up, shoot things, trade in with loaded lethality, right? And it's only three. They're a lot easier to move through terrain, yada yada yada. So I decided to go just with a full six, not the three, because the infiltrators or the rust stalkers will be taking place for that, right? So the idea is Dune Riders are going to be in the back, pressuring line of sight. Cataphren Breachers are going to be slowly moving up and shooting anything that the disintegrators can't draw line of sight to. Rust Stalkers are just going to be full fucking blitzing, right? And then Infiltrators obviously are good. Sterilizers there, because I think wasn't it that Sky Stalkers? No, Skies. I could fit in Sky Stalkers, but I like Sterilizers a little bit better because I won't really need the movement in my opinion. I'm gonna have two bricks of infiltrators and three rust stalkers. I shouldn't have a problem with movement. On top of the fact that one of the reasons that I like the fact that I'm able to drop a Skitari here for call is because now I can give them each a Dune Rider, right? And then I can give them double marshals. And normally I'm not a fan of marshals because they give assassination way too easily. Um, but in Halo's Creed, you have the reactive move, right? So you can leave them outside of the transport and then D6 them back into the transport if you really need to. Like if you don't want to give up that unit. And Vanguard is just going to be kind of like firing support. It's all going to go onto the Rust Stalkers. Like everything is going to go into the Rust Stalkers because they have a ridiculous threat range in Halo's Creed. I mean, you're talking, what, 12 move, right? Sorry, 8 move. You don't have D6 advance or flat 6 advance, but you do have, advance and charge. So you're talking 6, right? What you can do is go into movement, um, like by having your vanguards outside of the boats when you start, and then placing your rust stalkers near them, or just like honestly place a call in the middle, and then have your infiltrate or your rust stalkers all within range, right? And then do the advance and charge. They'll get +2 to advance from optimized gate. And then as you push them, depending on where they end up, you can have your vanguards move up with the boats, disembark, right? Get ready to shoot and everything. Um, But say like you move up the transports, disembark your vanguard, then you advance with your rust stalkers to push them where the vanguard are, right? And you'll get the +2 if like say Call's aura is there, and then they'll be able to get the +2 to charge because the Dune Riders were able to push them far enough to keep up, right? Because Vanguard wouldn't be able to keep up normally, but they will if they're in the transport. The only problem is that you have to disembark them and you kind of have to expose them. But then they'll get +2 to charge, and then of course they have advance and charge. So you're just going to be flying. You should be able to tag. Oh, excuse me. You should be able to tag things in the deployment zone with this. And that's basically going to be the idea. It's just like turn one, try to get double charges into the deployment zone, cut up the things that are in front. They're going to get focus fired. That's okay because you have fucking 30 of them. You know what I mean? And then we'll see how that goes. Everything, the infiltrator or the ruststalkers will make enough time for the cataphrons to move up to the midboard, and then you're gonna have the double infiltrators there to screen in case your guys don't manage to make it. Then you're gonna have infiltrators there that will counter the charges that they would try to do into them, right? Talking about list, I was wondering if there's anything good in AdMech against Custodes. My friends plays most of the time, and Custode and the army just gets it. Custodes is one of AdMech's hardest matchups. Like, I'm pretty sure it just is the hardest. Um, Unfortunately, with Custodes, you really just have to play the game of Skitari Hunter cohort is great into them for that, and it's even then it's not that great because Skitari Hunter cohort already has like very very bad damage besides like the boat combos and Calthic Thrallnet with the Iron Striders. But you're going to have to make trades. Like you're gonna have to play the horde game against them. In Halo's Creed, if you went like breacher heavy or bot heavy, you're just kind of screwed. I like bots a lot, but I find myself dropping them more often than not in Halo's Creed because if you're facing an army that can actually deal with them, or an army that like you have to deal consistent damage with, or into to try to like disincentivize them, bots are not going to be able to do anything because they're only ever going to be able to control one side of the board, and if they get screened out, you're kind of done. You know what I mean? Because there's such a big points investment. Marshals are inexplicably good in melee. They outdueled named characters before. Oh, I don't remember their melee profile. It's not bad if I remember correctly. Control save 6-1/1, 4 attacks, 3 weapon skill. You can go up to AP2. It's not bad. You're right. It's not bad at all. And then give reroll hits, right? To everything, not just range. Yeah, so that's nice. They can hit pretty well. One unit that I actually really like how well it hits. Kind of surprising that the Sulfur Hounds don't hit that well because they have like 5-1/1 only, but only one attack with the Arc Maul. It kind of doesn't make sense. But Raiders are actually like, shit. Did I add those to my list? Yeah. Raiders are actually. I'm such a big fan of their melee. Because each of them has 4 attacks. Yes, hitting on 4, but you're probably in Conquer if you're using Raiders effectively. But 4-1/1. This will go up to weapon skill 3, 4-2/1, which is almost like it's almost in line with Chosen. Granted, Chosen come in bricks of 5, and they probably have twin linked accursed weapons, but 4-2/1 is not bad in my opinion. At least for like your disposable units, especially because you can like surge move into them or reactive move into them. Scout 9, move 12, advance and charge. They can definitely get in the way. I'm not saying that they're like great by any means. I think if anything, infiltrators are always going to be better because they have the where is it? Unselect the profiles. Yeah, 6-1/2 or 6-0-1. 6 strength is a lot better because you're wounding on 3s. You don't have as much AP, but AP1 not bad. But it's the sustain 2 is the big part that really really helps this unit out. So, but I'm still a fan of plus you get a lot more attacks, right? Because I think what are we talking for? 12 attacks. These guys get 15, so more chance to hit the sustain 2. I wish they had a leader. That'd be so fucking awesome. Chosen are also 125 points. True. You're not wrong. And they can advance and charge natively. But Raiders are a lot more disposable. And their shooting ain't bad. Mechanicus, but Galvanic Rifle, Devastating Wounds. And, they have combi bolters, or combi weapons rather. No, they have only bolt pistols, I think, actually. I don't remember. But I don't know. I really wish Raiders were better. It's like one of my favorite units in the army. They're what got me into 8th edition. Um, when they had Tactica Oblique that was busted as fuck and can cancel charges. But uh, in ninth, it was so easy to go against Custodes. I never got to see Custodes in their full power because I stopped playing shortly after the ninth edition Adamek Codex came out, mostly because I was going across the country, or moving across the world rather. So I just kind of dropped ninth edition at that time. Unfortunately, I do remember like reading the data sheet and the data sheets and contributing to a lot of the spoilers in the AdMac Discord. But I never got to like sit down and actually play the like ninth in a way that I would be like, oh yeah, this is how AdMac plays. I played I think Lucius and Metallica. I think I dropped 40k right after the Veteran Hunter cohort came out on like the White Dwarf magazine or whatever. Advance and charge native compared to strength 9-12 move. Chosen get 2 plasma pistols and a combi weapon. Yeah, I'm not making the argument that like that Cerberus Raiders are like chosen. No. Yeah, don't get that twisted. I'm very familiar with Chaos, and I wouldn't compare them. Just chosen are just fucking gross. I mean, they can fit on transports too. There's also that. I mean, Veterans of the Long War reactive move back into Rhinos and stuff. Renegade Raiders pushes them to -3. It's yeah. I'm not making that argument. I'm just saying that like usually when I can't fit infiltrators, I fit raiders, and I'm saying that raiders' melee is not like terrible, right? Which is weird because the sulfur hounds are supposed to be like the more close range melee guys. I mean, like yeah, they have the line breakers ability, but that got kind of fucked. I'll say it, raiders should be able to go into a yeah, you just combine the unit. You get the horses to pull the Dune Riders like a chariot. Yeah, they're good action pieces, 100%. Yeah, most of the time you skip them for infiltrators because infiltrators are just kind of objectively better. Um, the only thing like infiltrators don't have is as much move, and obviously a reactive move. But like mounted reactive move is a lot worse than infantry reactive move. So because you can't go through walls. But sometimes like I'm like 60 points short and I can only fit raiders, right? Or I have 120 points and I'm just like, all right, double raiders, right? I could fit like something else, but I'm just like, I need an action piece. Because if you can only fit like one Vanguard or one Infiltrator, then you're kind of stuck at a really awkward price point. If you had 3 changes to fix AdMech, as in make it feel right and not make it balanced, what would I do? Um, I'm still very on the fence about I'm not against ballistic skill 4. However, I do think that having full ballistic skill 4 is an issue. I've went over this. Let me close Forever Winter so my computer doesn't blow up. But I've gone over this before, right? I feel that we should have some native like 3-hit, and it should be something that's like actually good. So I drew this comparison last time. Me personally, I always compare Mechanicus. Let me throw on some music too. I always compare Mechanicus to like Sisters or Necrons, right? That's like the ways that I usually see them. They're like T3, kind of like good at shooting, kind of mixed into melee. Like we've been like a shooting army, right? I'm not going to take that away. But we've also been like pseudo melee, right? Like we have tech priests, we have the rust stalkers, the infiltrators aren't dedicated melee, but they do hurt. Here, so this is probably gonna blow up my screen. Flashbang. God damn it. I pressed the wrong button. Arco Technos, shout out to him for making these banging tracks, but I'm just gonna use this as a backing track. So yeah, I've always compared them to Sisters or Necrons, right? And this edition, Necrons and Sisters kind of had the same thing to the best of my knowledge. So let's look at like basic Sisters. Let me zoom this in because I want to make sure that it's big enough for you guys. So let's Sister Squad. Let's see, Sisters. Repentia, sure, why not? Ranged. Yeah, so they're hitting on 3s, right? Like base infantry. Where is there not just like a battle? Oh, here we go, Battle Sister Squad, right? Range 3 across the board, right? Some of them are 4, but like 3, right? And it's like, okay, fine. You want to give Sisters that? Fine, right? Let's look at Necrons, or like Votan is another example, right? But warriors, they're probably down here. What they call Necron warriors. Yeah. So same with warriors, right? Warriors hit on 4. Okay, right? Fair enough, right? So we should hit on 4. Fine. I'm okay with that, right? That's not the issue to me. The issue is that when you're talking about something like a disintegrator or an iron strider, something that has very limited number of shots that hits really, really hard, and then you look something like the Doomsday Arc, for example, and then you see that this thing hits on 3s and has this profile, right? This is the problem I have with the army, is that a lot of the things that are like higher dedicated shooting pieces, like let's see, exorcists, they're also hitting on 3s, right? Same, all of these. Like, this is crazy. D6 plus 2, 3, 10, minus 3, D6 indirect. Like, this is insane. So, that's one of the things I would change, is that the only other faction that I know that has this, that is like, you know, shooting army, so to speak, is Votann. I could be wrong. I mean, feel free to correct me. I don't know every army in the game. But Hecatan Land Fortress, I'm pretty sure hits on 4s, right? The only difference is that they have grudges, right? We have our stance, but our stance is like objectively worse than grudges because it doesn't give us +1 to wound. Right? That's the crazy part. So that's one of the fixes I would do. Oh shit, I'm missing a lot of the chat. Sorry, I was rambling. Modeling wise, you can fit a Cataphront into a vote. True. Yeah, that's the problem with me right now with Infiltrated Service, Tyraxi, Dragoons, with Jezils and all competing action pieces. Yeah, that's another issue with our army. The second thing that I would fix is kind of going along with the first, that I think that our tanks and heavier like elites should hit on 3s. The only exception to that has that is the Electro Priests. And God, why is my computer running so laggy? What's going on? The problem is that a lot of our elites are like just action pieces for the most part. None of them are like really, really dedicated damage, right? Even with something like Corpuscari, like yes, they hit on 3s. Their melee's 4s, but like this profile, it doesn't scream elite to me. You know what I mean? Whereas something like, let's go back to Necrons. I'm not saying that these guys are good. I'm just using them as an example. But like Lich-Guard. I mean, Lich-Guard are not bad. But like Lich-Guard's profiles are way more devastating than something like an Electro Priest, right? Like -3, 2. That, yeah, they're not much attacks, but these guys also fucking never die because of Guardian protocols. So things like that. I just feel like our elites are just kind of like more utility pieces than anything else, and we just have way too many of them. The only one that kind of breaks the mold is Breachers, and Breachers are priced, you know, they're like the only thing that's priced really expensive for us, because I mean they do a lot of work. Let me just lower the volume just here a bit. I always feel like Tech Priest should be the model that give the buff instead of our battle line. I feel like it would make more sense. Yes, I kind of covered that in one of my videos. We are one of the only armies in the game that our battle line is both our most disposable and our most coveted units. Like, it doesn't make sense in my opinion. You're right. They're trying to switch up the formula because kind of every army cares about their leaders. You know, they have the enhancements, yada yada yada. So ours was like, hey, what about this instead of this? And I think it's just kind of, it promotes a playstyle that is hoardy, right? Like, you need your battle line in this army. So you're gonna take a lot of it, and that just kind of necessitates the horde aspect of the army, right? And that, with our guys not being as strong as they used to be, because, you know, like galvanic rifles used to have -1 innately, now they don't, and I get why they don't, because otherwise with our current army rule they would have -2. My point being that you're necessitating the need for battle line, therefore you're gonna have to bring a lot of it, therefore you can't make them too strong, right? And now you have like a bunch of little shitters that don't do a lot of damage, and then that just brings in more of like the horde army aspect because you need so many of them. And Skitarii used to be really good at dealing damage back in the day, but now they're hitting on 4s. Now they don't have AP -1, and it's one or the other. You either go into Protector or Conquer, right? So it's the problem is that it kind of like forces you into this thing where like the very design of the army rule, having to work off a battle line, and the army rule being split into two things that like give you back either more lethality or more accuracy, it just kind of necessitates you to have that playstyle, and that's what makes it so poor. Canucks agreed they should feel like an essential part of the army. Oh, agreed they should feel like an essential. Yeah, priests are, I mean, Oh, it just I don't get how. Let me zoom in for you guys. I don't understand how the engines here, not the engines, the Dominus is more expensive than the Manipulus to this day. I really don't. This is after the 5 points drop, whatever, the fucking worthless ass change. But the Dominus just does so little, right? Like the Feel No Pain is only good sometimes, right? Like maybe if you're running like a block of Electro Priests is the only time this ability kind of matters, and Electro Priests are just kind of right. And even then, even with such a strong Feel No Pain 4 ability, you kind of don't care because your Electro Priests don't fucking do anything. They're cheap as shit. You just throw them away, right? So the only thing that Feel No Pain would help is something like it does help destroyers, but what I'm getting at is that you want to protect your coveted assets, which is breachers, right? And breachers, yeah, you have strength 8, but you're better off running them with a Manipulus because not only are they fragile, but Feel No Pain doesn't give you something like an invuln save, right? Which is what the Manipulus does, the one-shot Feel No Pain, or the one-shot invulnerable save at 4 up, and it gives you lethal hits. Like, this thing, Manipulus is our best leader, by far, and he's cheaper than a Dominus. There's, like, no incentive to take a points cost, and that's, like, the last thing our army fucking needs. So, um... I've been reading the lore book with the AdMech in, and they've always talked about Type Breach taking control and overriding Skitarii to make them stronger. Yeah, that's normally how it goes. That's kind of why people like Halo Street a lot. It's because you're kind of like deep frying the Skitarii brain to make them do what you want them to do. Sorry, I need to take a drink here. I've been talking a lot. Cold coffee. Ugh, bitter as shit, too. It's lore correct, but not selling correct. Hitting on threes is almost a must. If it's not, what's the point of mechanical upgrade to Skitarii? Like I said, I think it's fine because you have to separate like the lore and the game to some extent, right? Because otherwise, like 2 custodians would be able to wipe an entire army. Um, I just think that if we're gonna hit on fours, our entire army can't hit on fours because that's the biggest problem. Is like, your battle line, yeah, they do damage, but like they have something like the Marshal, right? That's your incentive to take something like a unit like that, right? But like the fact that you have to focus your disintegrator on whether you take it anti-infantry or anti-monster vehicle to get the +1 to hit, it's just like that design wouldn't have to exist if it just had a 3 up, right? And then you could do something far more interesting. But like your entire thing is like, okay, what's the meta? Is it monsters or is it infantry? Back when it was Eldar running around, it was infantry. You used Belleros cannon. Now you're using full Faramite cannon all the time. And I just don't think that's intuitive or fun in any way. You know what I mean? Like that's just not a good rule. um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. Omni, want to check out my last made list? Maybe you have some ideas I didn't have. Go ahead and throw it on. I don't want to share Discord because, you know, OBS is kind of weird. If you can throw it on a paste bin, I can look over it. I don't know if Rangers were lethal hits AP1, but like 105, 115 points, I can totally see it. The problem with AP1 innately is that your army rule would push them to AP2, and that would be a little ridiculous for battle line. That's the only problem. Um, unless, unless GW wants us to be like the AP2 guys. Like, because every army kind of has its little thing, like, oh, Death Guard all has lethal hits. I don't know. Fucking Drukhari has a lot of AP. They could make us like one of those niches or whatever. I think it'd be cool if like we had sustained, to like make up the fact that our profiles are kind of shit. Especially because I think galvanic rifles are only 1 shot, if I remember, unless you're in rapid fire range. Do they even have? No, I think it's just 2 shots, no rapid fire. Rangers. Yeah, it's 2 shots, no rapid fire. I'm thinking 9th edition. They just don't do anything. Like, the whole reason you take Vanguard over Rangers is because of the fact that Vanguard have, like, 3 shots, right? And they have anti-infantry 4. 3 strength doesn't matter when you're shooting into infantry. Um, I just don't get why our characters are so lackluster. Yeah, it's unfortunate. We don't have a lot of characters either. Like a lot of them are kind of dedicated. Like Marshall is battle line, Dominus and Manipulus are whatchamacallit, like your elite ones. Those are like the only really two unique ones. Techno Archaeologist is the tech piece. He almost never goes into a unit unless you absolutely need it. Um, Sidonian Scatros is a lone operative. Same with the Engine Seer. You almost never put him in a group because he's just a lone operative, and then Data Smith obviously goes with the robots. So really, your options is like if you want to talk about flexing and teching into something, it's Dominus or Manipulus. Unfortunately, Funeral Pain is really only for Breachers IMO. Yeah, I mean, you could like I run them in Fulgurites because I like Fulgurites. The last game I played, I kind of just shit stomped with the Fulgurites. Um, but no, I absolutely agree with you. The only thing is that like, if I am justifying taking a Dominus on Breachers, I immediately just think about how Manipulus would be better. You know, like 9 times out of 10 personally. So, um, the Lethals are so good on Manipulus and the other stuff on it makes him crazy good. Yeah, Manipulus is just too good. He's just too good. In Ranzone, you can play Dominus because you have lethal access anyway, but Halo's Creed, no shot. Um, yes, but I would rather not spend a CP. I would much rather spend 65 points and also get a 4+ invuln save. But I get what you're coming from. I like lethal hits more on like something like the mass shots of a infiltrator block. Say you have like a block of 10 or Corpuscari, right? At that point, like I like it on Corpuscari not being led by a Manipulus because they're more eligible to be just thrown away, right? If anything, in Rad Zone you could do 10 block of Corpuscari out of a transport, re-rolling wounds with a Dominus to give them the 4+ feel no pain, and then still be able to hit them with lethals. By using the lethal dosage stratagem. So you're not wrong there. That'd actually be pretty gross. But unfortunately, Rad Zone is kind of like mostly overshadowed by Halo's Creed for the most part. If the dividend detachment rules treat several units as battle line like Priest Castellan, then I'm fine. Yeah, that's a good point. I know a lot of people have been saying that. Because I know like in 9th and 8th edition, there was that big thing of like, oh, troop tax, right? Like you have to take 3 troops per detachment or whatever. We are very much still a victim of that, except it's for our rules, right? Like, I just don't think that any way you cut it, like, I'm not saying Skitarii are bad. They're good, especially Vanguard. Like, Vanguard are very, very good, but like they are best as a tech piece. The only way you make Vanguards damage heavy is if you do the Vanguard Marshall Boat combo, right? Which if you guys don't know, I can explain it to you. But that's the only way that you push the damage out of the Vanguard. Other than that, there's suicide chargers to go, sit on a point and reduce rad saturation. Or OC with rad saturation, sorry. So more consistent ballistic skill, weapon skill 3, more elite elites, and not so battle line focused. I think that's the direction. Yeah, the thing is, like, there has to be better ways of giving the aura around. I heard somebody say that like broad spectrum data tethers should be able to kind of give like a smaller aura or something, which I think would be kind of nice. But then you would have things like disintegrators that are just already have broad spectrum data tethers. They're within themselves. Therefore, like, what's the point of the army rule? It's kind of hard to be able to like rein that in because just like design wise across the field, it's not great in my opinion. In the ballistic skill, weapon skill 3 part, I want it to be on like things that are actually pointed to have something like that, right? Because like, again, like we were looking at, what's another army that kind of is along our ballpark? Let's do Tau. Well, Tau is 4, right? For the most part. Let's look at broadsides. They're like the big fucking shooters here. Broadsides. So again, broadsides hit on 4s. The difference, well, heavy real rifles is usually what you take. Missile pods are not bad either, but they have heavy. Not only that, they have guiding, right? Their rule lets them go into guiding at no sacrifice to anything else. The way that I see a rule, it's like the way I see the rule is basically, do you want ballistic skill or do you want AP, right? Realistically, you want both. But it's very hard to get in the army. That's the problem. And a lot of like our units that hit really hard have to be able to go into protect. That's what I was saying earlier. Right now, a lot of AdMech players are talking about starting in Conquer, using all of your resources, like just bum rushing the shit out of them with Rust Stalkers and everything, and Cataphren Breachers, and then switch to Protector because you can't afford to sit on 4 all game. Um, but you can't afford it when you're rushing things that don't really care about shooting, like Infiltrators or Rust Stalkers, right? Or if you have a Marshal with a, you know, Marshal on boat, doesn't matter because you're rerolling hits, rerolling wounds. Cataphrons don't care because they reroll hits. Um, all that doesn't matter, but what does matter is later in the game when those units eventually die because they're rushing into the front. At that point, you have to switch over. But like, no matter what, you're sacrificing one or the other. That's the issue. The thing is, like, our army rule, since Conquer is like kind of the de facto way to play, our army rule is really good for melee, but our melee data sheets are also kind of garbage. Ruststalkers had to get pushed up to be, good, and even then, they're not like the best at dealing with everything, right? They got lethals, they have devastating, yes, but that doesn't mean that they can go and like destroy a land raider. You know what I mean? Necrons would be literally unbeatable. Yeah, they would. I mean, they're kind of been like one of the best armies in the game for a while. They're not the best army in the game right now, but like Wraith meta was real. If we had Horus Heresy range and Tech Thralls where Battle Line would be thriving, I mean, hell, they should have brought back Servitors, honestly. I mean, it's just crazy that other factions have Servitors and we don't. And I'm not even a fan of Servitors, but, come on. They're just Bolters. Sorry, I was checking something. If they want us to be a horde shooting army, they should make it their tech pre-stack buffs only on battle line units. So you can bring a ranger into an elite unit. Wait, what? If they want us to be a horde shooting army, they should make it... If they wanted us to be a horde army, they should let us take 20 Skitarii, like they used to let us. I swear I really want to make like a petition or something. AdMech is half a faction and they just released the other half, but we can't play. Yeah, no, I wouldn't hold out on that. They're not going to bring any 30k stuff over. The best thing we can hope for, which really won't solve our issues, is that we get some sort of like kill team crossover, kind of like Nemesis Claw or like Aquilons and stuff. But kill team is not going to put something that's like heavy, that we could actually use. So, yeah, not great. And Data Smith is still not a tech priest even till now. Is he not? Wait, really? Shit. Shit, he's not. Oh no, he is. He is tech priest. He is a tech priest keyword. He's just, really only ever goes with bots, if that's what you mean. But even the Vote Vanguard combo doesn't do much. AP 0 wounds on 4 is kind of... well, no, it'd be AP 1 because they're within themselves. If they're in Conquer, and they reroll hits, right? Because you would have... Where is it? Am I? Okay. Yeah, you have AP 1, wounding on 4s, rerolling wounds. Yes, you'd be hitting on 4s, but you have a Marshal, right? Unless you're talking unless you're saying just Boat Vanguard, period, then yeah, okay. But that's why you take Marshals. The only problem is that Marshals are kind of give out free secondaries. Thankfully, they're like dirt fucking cheap, though. But it just kind of feels like an unnecessary tax. Like, really, you're paying for like the same amount of as like... I mean, hell, Vanguards are more expensive than Legionaries, man. That's kind of crazy considering how good Legionaries are. It's just the bodies in the OCR and the massive shots, obviously. But like, yeah. One thing, Onager has the wrong weapon. What do you mean? Why not make the battle line buff Tech Priest Aura and make it Tether a solo buff? I mean, that's kind of how... If we could bring War Gear back, and you can like give something a little thing, because in 9th edition you were able to give your Skitarii sergeants like a way to carry stuff, which was fucking awesome. It definitely made a lot of rules keeping, but they should give us the new stuff from 30k. Well, yeah, we can sit here and dream, but it's never gonna happen, man. They've already went out and said it. Here's hoping to the Tech Adept Servitor combo kill team. if they make a servitor kill team, then I mean we get something, but like it's not gonna it's just not gonna do much, man. It's just gonna be more trash. Because I don't think they're gonna be like, oh well, now servitor are gonna be battle line. Like no, they probably won't. And if they are, they're just going to be more garbage, and they're not going to push anything up in regards to it. You know, they're not going to be like, oh, well, they have kill teams, servitors, therefore let's buff Vanguard and Skitari, or just Skitari in general, because you know now they have servitors. I don't think they're going to do that. Damn, there's 16 of you guys in here. Jesus. If you haven't followed on Twitch, follow on Twitch, please. You're still trying to grow that. Let's see. Well, our army is not melee focused, so I'm okay with the situation of Ruststalkers. Not that many priesthood brothers will go for melee punching army just like me. Yeah, I mean, the thing that I always hear is like, oh, I want to play Ryza. I want to play Ryza. You know, like the AdMech. Yes, the focus hasn't been melee. I agree, but they've always had things open, right? That's why we have Fulgurites. That's why we have Ruststalkers. That's why we have Breachers. Like we have had the options. If I remember correctly, in 9th edition, these little fuckers, what's their name? The Skystalkers were actually pretty good in melee. If I remember correctly. It could be I could be wrong. Alright, other Skitari thing. I want to almost drop the Arquebus. I have already dropped the pistol because 3 more carbine shit. Yes, don't take the pistol. It looks good in paper, but 3 more carbine shots are better. The only reason I don't drop Arquebus is because of the base size. Because it's just like a little bit of a bigger base to get your aura out, or to screen, or to be within range of something. That is the only reason I still bring Arquebuses. Kitsune, hello. I posted the pastement. Yeah, let's check it out. Did you do it on Discord, I'm assuming? Oh yeah, thank you. I'll check this out as soon as I... it is private or pending moderation. I can't see it. Try to see if you can maybe open it up or something, and then I'll check it out. We don't need small chaff kill team, guys. Yeah, we don't. We don't. Datasmith has T4, and Marshall, who was up front in general, is T3. Yeah. You know what's one thing I never understood is speaking of priests, the engine seer. So 3 wounds, right? What I never got is that his ability is if he's within 3 inches of something, he gets lone operative, right? Great. If something dies within 12 of him, he gets angry. He gets nerd rage. Great. If he's within 3 inches, he can heal something. Great. This makes him so susceptible to deadly demise that it's not even fucking funny. Like, I've had so many times where like I have an engine seer that's just sitting there, and I'm just like, oh, it'd be so cool to get this, you know, attack characteristic of 6 and fuck something up in melee, and then he just fucking dies because like my bots die or something near him, and then like, it explodes. Like, it's so weird. I don't really get that. But I mean, like, I know the engine seers aren't supposed to go out in there and fucking fight, but if they have this ability and they just die to being near them because of this ability and this ability, then what's the fucking point? A bespoke kill team of elite AdMech operatives would be super hype. It would. It just depends on what they decide to do with them. Like, if we had like a data sheet, say like it was like a priest, or like an electro priest variant or something, right? Or like some sort of like special Skitari that we've never seen before, but they actually hit up something like a Devastator squad or like Tank Bustas, like something that, yes, they're just troops, but they have something really strong with them, like Hellblasters, right? Like just a bunch of fucking plasma shots. If they had something that made them like actually lethal, then I think it would be worth it, right? Because then you could be like, okay, yes, they're infantry, they're not some sort of special fucking Terminator X-esque block. But they can punch up. They're not just another fucking 501 data sheet, you know? Unless it's some odd Sekutari kill team. I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but yeah, I don't know. I have a soft spot for Busty Boys. When I first played Kill Team, he one tapped a Custodes. Busty Boys? I don't know which that one is. now. Okay, I'll check it out here. So let me just catch up with chat. Yeah, Ancient Schuster had a 5+ feel no pain as well. Also, wouldn't mind seeing our other tech priests regain healing. True. That was like one of our niches, was just like, yeah, they just heal each other all the time. Um, and I don't think it was toxic because considering that ninth edition, you could just one tap almost everything in the game. It didn't really matter, but it did come in clutch sometimes. Also, the real crime we received for the Data Smith is Gamma Gun Erasure. True. I mean, at least he kept his Power Fist. It's a sad story again. The Weaponsmith and tank builders of the Imperium have the worst gear than any other faction. That used to not be the case, but here we are. Let me bring up. All right, let's check out Lex's list. God, that's tiny. Okay. Ooh, 30 points. You gotta find something, man. I hate not like 20 is fine, but 30 is just like ooh, you know what I mean? Manipulous with cognitive reinforcement. I will say, as much as I like cognitive reinforcement, I've started to kind of start dropping it lately because I'm assuming you're putting this manipulous with breachers. I have yet to look, but the thing is, like, the only thing you care about breachers in them getting protector if you're in conquer is maybe the -1 to hit if they manage to land a charge and the ballistic skill, but the ballistic skill doesn't matter as long as you're rerolling all your hits, right? Like, yes, maybe you can get in a couple additional that you would have missed, but for the most part, the full reroll hits should counteract that. So the only thing you're gaining from that is -1 to hit in melee, and if you have no intention of running them up and actually hitting them with hydraulic claws, I think this is better to drop altogether. Just my 2 cents, you know? I'd much rather have increased range so that you can get into rapid fire a lot easier. But I get why people like cognitive reinforcements on breachers. I really do. It's just that more often than not, I just kind of see it as like, say if you drop it, you'd have 35 points open, and then you have 30, so you'd have 65. You could probably run something like let's see, 65. What can you run for 65? You can run Raiders and play another tech piece. You can run a Dominus, another Manipulus if you need one for a squad. Techno Archaeologist, I think, is going to be a really good piece. Shit. Techno-Archaeologist, I think, is going to be like kind of almost a mandatory run, kind of like when Grey Knights were popping off, because Shadow Legion is going to make a lot of Deep Strike come into the game. And I think you're going to need at least one Techno-Archaeologist. I know a lot of people don't like him, but he's a really good tech piece. Sorry, let me read the chat real quick. Every faction has better healing repairs than us combat medic army. What's crazy to me is this would actually be a really cool ability to have. Is the Warpsmith and the Tech Marine. What they have is the same thing, that they heal, but they also add 1 to the hit roll. I don't know why your fucking army that hits on 3 ups, 2 because he's a character, but you know, Chaos and Space Marines all hit on 3s, why they would need to add 1 to the hit roll. Like, if you want to talk about, you know, a 4+ army that has ways to get access to either rerolls or 3+ to make the game more balanced, this would be a perfect fucking way to do it. You know, imagine if like you can, you know, your Dissies like hit on 3s, but then you can push them up to 2s, or you keep the Onager hitting on 4s, but then you have this thing carrying it around, healing it, and then giving it +1 a hit. So then you can say your Dissie is your Disintegrator is your more like accurate tank buster. Your Onager doesn't hit as well, but your Onager's there to also protect things. And then if you want to push it up, take an Engine Seer. You'd have more justification to do something like that. But instead, I don't know. They gave it to fucking Marines for some reason. I don't really get it. There's an alternate for the list. Switch out Disintegrators for another Onager and Escatari Marshal with enhancement. Okay. Let me just catch up with chat and I'll go back to your list. But the Gamma Gun was angry as fuck. True. I was talking about the Arquebus guys. Where? Oh, yeah, and Kill Team Arquebus. Yeah. I got you. I need to reduce the wave thing on my character. There's a way to limit it that I did it on the other one, but I'll get around to that. Oh. Outlasted Magos, thank you for the follow. Base name, by the way. Did the alerts show up or did I miss it? Wait, are alerts not showing? What happened? Wait. I just realized chat isn't showing either. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, well, nobody's chatting on Twitch, that's why. I forgot YouTube is the way. Oh, that's weird. My alerts aren't on. Okay, I'll have to fix that here in a second. Let me go back to chat. There are 30 points, yeah. A Tech Priest +4 Servitor, maybe 2 million, 2 shooty, 5+ Electro Priest, 10 man kill team. How about it? Tech priest, 4 servitors, 5 electro priests. Servitor can go into 4. I mean, maybe. I just don't know what they would do on. I wouldn't want them to have like something weak, honestly. I'd want them to make like a semi-elite AdMech squad so that we can actually justify having some sort of elite firepower that isn't just like, 501 profile. It's just crazy how often that profile shows up in our army. Agreed, I'd rather have more range. Yeah, yeah. My friend got Death Watch. Like the army? Because they're pretty... I always get Death Watch and Black Templars confused, but I think Death Watch is doing pretty good right now. They're like the one with the Black Spirit attachment. Also, welcome. I've never seen you here before. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. 17 on YouTube. Damn. We're making numbers, boys. Okay, what time is it? 5:42. I got a little bit before I have to go. Technos are stupid good for pushing up and keeping home safe. 100%. Yeah, I think they're better. Like, usually I keep Rangers back. But, like, I don't know. I'm kind of sick of, like, not utilizing Rangers. It's strange I feel like GW wanted to showcase our extra repair power, but it just doesn't work. They really should give us, like, D3+3 healing or something. That'd be insane, but, it'd probably be better. Okay, maybe not D3+3. Maybe, like, D3+1. Or D6, so it's, like, mega swingy, but at least it's, like, a lot. 5+ is funny, but inconsistent, yeah. Oh, and an engine seer from IG can also give 1+. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. AdMech got nerfed later. AdMech's got nerfed later back. Don't believe that's true. Tech Priest engine seer doesn't do +1 as it does 4+ invuln. On guard? I'm pretty sure he's right. Let me check. Let's check. Is it Tech Priest engine seer or just engine seer? Oh no, he still does 4+ invuln. Alright, never mind. Okay, so he shit in other armies too. Wait, 4+ invuln save? I just realized that. Dude! Imagine Dragoons with that. Oh my goodness. Like, you just, like, heal your Dragoons and charge them in. That'd be awesome. I'm currently trying Cognitive on a Van Marshal from the boat. I'll let you know how that goes tomorrow. Yeah, let me know. I'm usually hesitant on giving Cognitive to Vanguards because... unless you're, like, spamming the reactive move to get them back in, they're very disposable. And I don't like having a 35-point enhancement on something that's just, like, able to die so easily. Is it? Oh, my bad. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We had that in index. No problem. Okay, let's keep looking. Inloaded lethality. Wait, what? Oh, on character 2. Okay. Oh, I don't know why I'm looking up here. I should be looking down here. Okay, so cognitive and loaded lethality. Yeah, standard. 10 Rangers, 10 Vanguard, 10 Vanguard. Okay. 10 Fogies. Okay, I like it. Picasso. Skystalker Alpha, 9 Squad. Interesting. 5 Infiltrators, 10 Ruststalkers, 2 Battlestar, 1 Onager Dooncrawler, 1 Disintegrator, 2 Dragoons, and 1 Scorpius Dune Rider. I'm going to go ahead and assume that the Dune Rider is carrying the full rights. I don't know how I feel about Sidonians or Dragoons. I really like Dragoons. Unfortunately, they're just, like, not good into anything right now. Ballistari. Not bad either. I think I personally like dropping Ballistari and getting a Disintegrator. Yes, they have a better output technically with the last cannons because they have 2 shots as opposed to Disintegrator having 3. But what a Disintegrator does have is 3 Heavy Stubbers and Disruptor Missile Launcher. Oh, you went in. Okay, so you're going for indirect. I don't think that's the move. I don't think we're in a meta where that really matters. And after the nerfs to indirect and basically the rule for the Belarus energy cannon not mattering at all, it's really hard to justify taking one if I'm being honest, especially for the points cost. I think you're better off taking down these Ballistari, bringing another Disintegrator, pushing these up to Pharamite cannons, and letting the Cognis Heavy Stubber deal with the garbage, right? No, it's not indirect. Sure. But what I would do is also drop this 10 Sky Stalkers and turn them into 2 squads of 5, because these are better moving around the map everywhere as opposed to one giant block, especially with how hard it is to put them all together because of their wings. That's just my personal opinion. I'll keep looking in, but let me see. Other problem with engines here is its model, not unit. Yes, trust me, I know. Shit sucks. It's so bad. I don't know why they did that. Especially with like robots, because like once the moment that somebody pushes past and kills one robot, your unit is so fragile after that. For Fulgurites, yes, yeah. Actually, what is your Manipulus going with? Because I saw the 6 Breachers, and then I don't see anything else other than the Electro Priests. And the only reason I don't think you should put Fulgurites with a Manipulus is because then you will be going into lethal hits and possibly passing up devastating wounds, which you don't want to do. I understand that it's a lot better to just try to get a wound through that otherwise wouldn't go through, but you know, devastating is a really strong ability. If only going outside of a Dune Rider would actually give you reroll wounds in melee, that would be fucking incredible. But one thing that I do really like, I did it last game. Fulgurites that are Halo overrided with Eradication Protocol, which is the strat that lets you reroll ones to wound and reroll ones to hit. This thing is fucking insane. This ability is fucking awesome because it works on both shooting and fight. And Fulgurites love this shit, especially if they're in Conquer, because they're hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, and then they're usually wounding on about 3 or 4s, rerolling 1s. And then rerolling wounds of 1 with Devastating is just really, really good. You just fish for it. Now, you can't fish as well as you would like full reroll wounds, but, you know, it's the best we've got. Funny against Knights, true. Dragoons do okay into a lot of stuff, but 10 more points gives you 10 Rusties. Yeah, there's also that. Granted that I don't think Rusties have innate stealth, whereas Dragoons do. Also like Dragoons because they have a bigger footprint. Well, I mean, Ruststalkers have pretty big footprint too because of their bases. Do these guys have stealth? Oh, they do. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. Ignore me. Do they have advanced in charge? Man, I haven't played Dragoons in so long. I don't remember if they have innate advanced in charge. I know they used to. I don't know if they still do. Yeah, they have advanced in charge of innately, so that's not bad. That's another reason why you could run them. As much as I love Dragoon, trust me, I fucking love those things. They're just not in a good place right now. Like, okay, let me take another look at the data sheet because I haven't seen them in a while. To be fair, the problem is that one, they're very fragile. They give a lot of bring it down because 7, 3+ save, 5+ invuln's not bad. These are a lot better in Halo's Creed because I'm pretty sure you can hit them with the 5+ feel no pain strat. Let me see. Okay, right here. Lance is not bad, especially with S7. Sustain hits 2 AP -3 if you're in Conquer, damage 2. 4 attacks isn't great. I think you have to take them in bigger blocks to make them worthwhile, but then it gets harder to base on base, especially depending on the terrain. Let me see. Skitarii Hunter cohort. Is it Bionic Endurance? Yeah, Sidonian. So you can hit these guys with the 5+ feel no pain in that. But at that point, if you're playing Skitarii Hunter cohort, you're kind of like, you know, more wanting to flood the board than you are wanting to take Dragoons, especially with, you know, everything else being just as fast, if not faster. I'm gonna try to do some redesign work at least with casual homebrew games. I already hit the detachments in the Discord, but core rules give you some extra oomph. Yeah, I took a look at them. Wrong weapon should be the AoE cannon. Yeah, the Belarus cannon. That's the AoE. That's the one you had here. Yeah, Belarus energy cannon. Dominance with IL on Fulgurites is nice. IL and loaded lethality, yes, yeah, no. If there is one reason to take the dominance, which I still don't think it justifies him, it's his data sheet is a lot better. Here, let me bring it up here actually. So Manipulus, he is 4 attacks, 6 -1 2, which is okay. But this guy is 4 attacks, 6 -2 2. So this will push to 3. That will destroy things. And then Inloaded Lethality will push him to 3. I think he has 1 extra attack, right? Oh, no, same attacks. 6 -1 2 4. 6 -2 2 4. Yep. So then he'll be hitting on 2s, AP -3 if he's on Conquer, 1 plus damage, plus 3 attacks. He's going to be cutting through a Terminator per hit. It's really, really gross. Should be switched out with Dom. Omni, what is the datasheet website you are looking at? My res is bad at the moment. So it's 39k.pro. This website is fucking awesome because it like automatically updates whenever GW updates their app, right? Which is one of the reasons why I don't think you should pay for the app, because I get it, people want to build lists, but you have new recruit, and then if you want to look at data sheets like you would in the app, this website is just an HTML rip of the app. So I'm just realizing the same song has been playing over and over. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, this is just an HTML rip of the app, so it updates the same day that the app updates. No reason to pay GW for their app. Fuck that. Okay. They don't actually, because 2 are exactly 14 wounds. Only 2 bring it down points. True, what I'm saying is that if you take them in 3s, right? I think that Iron Striders are best in 3s because that's when you get the most efficiency out of them. Because say you're playing Halo's Creed, right? If you're going to bring Iron Striders, I think you're best taking advantage of something like Eradication Protocols, which is the reroll hit wounds and hits of 1, or Targeting Override, the one that 5 crit. If you have a block of them, because you get enough massive shots to where it matters, right? Because if you're taking like 1 Iron Strider, right, 2 shots of a last cannon isn't enough for you to try to take advantage of the sustain hits 1. But if you have 6 last cannons shooting, and now it's sustain hits 1, say you have call nearby, so the rerolling hits sustain 1 on 5s, then it matters. But then you're giving up stuff, right? Same with Dragoons, right? Dragoons are better because they don't have many attacks, right? They're better if they can take advantage of this sustain hits too when they're in a pack, right? Which is 3. At 3, you're giving up a lot of bring it down. Because otherwise you don't really care about targeting them with like reroll hits rolls of 1 and wounds of 1, or crit 5s to take advantage of this, right? If you're not going to be taking them in packs to really like superpower the shit out of them, then you're better off just taking fucking Rust Doctors or something, you know what I mean? Eldar Anti-Vehicle says hello, Dragoon. Yum, yum, yum. Dominus has the anti-vehicle static shock thingy. Yeah, but I feel like if you're trying to justify Dominus because of a data spike, then you're not really doing yourself any favors. You're just better off with the Manipulus. Let's see. On a 4+, it suffers d6 mortal wounds, and the weapon characteristics of that melee weapons are equipped or worsened by 1. I mean, if you're trying to rush like a fucking, I don't know, Void, was it Void Ray? The like Drakari one, or whatever the fucking vehicle, like I don't know, a Forge Fiend. If you're trying to rush a Forge Fiend to get a 4+ to maybe worsen the weapon skill of something, like you're not really doing much. D6 is fine, but like it's D6. First you have to make the 4, then you have to make the 6, then you have to, then it only gets worsened by 1, and that's assuming that your Dominus can even close in. And like you shouldn't be sending a Dominus with like 5 to 10 Fulgurites at a Forge Fiend. That should be the job of like a Skystalker, just choking it up. You know what I mean? Your Fulgurite should be finding something way more dangerous. It's just it's very hard to justify this datasheet in my opinion, short of like end-loaded lethality, right? Dom gives 4+ feel no pain for the Fulgies. Yeah, that's like the only good thing it's good for. That or the Corpuscari. And I think Corpuscari are pretty good because they have shooting and melee. But with Corpuscari, because they have like 0 fucking AP, and they have very low strength, they're better off just being with a Manipulus. Because, let's see. Mechanicus. Fulgurite. Yeah, so 6 strength, devastating wounds, which is kind of nice, right? So even if your strength is low, like, you're still being able to take advantage of that. And it's damage too, so it's not bad. But then you look at something like Corpuscari, and then you see 501, 501. This isn't great. If you're taking a Dominus to try to make this unit survive, it's just going to do nothing, right? You want to take advantage of lethal hits when you have so many attacks coming out, especially with sustained hits too, right? Because now you're getting a lethal, and you're getting 2 extra attacks to try to fish for something. That's the only reason why I think Manipulus is way better. It's like every single scenario that you could try to justify a Dominus, you just realize that that data sheet really needs the lethal hits to actually do something. I mean, if you're trying to choke your opponent with Feel No Pain's fine. I think the only unit that you can justify bringing a Dominus with is Fulgurites. But the problem with Fulgurites isn't the fact that like you need lethal hits with them, it's that they have such little number of attacks. That's the issue. If they had like one more attack, man, they'd be so fucking good. 30 versus 20 would be amazing. Good song though. Thank you. Nice, good idea. OMG, Fulgies are -1 to hit and wound if that hits. Yeah, if you run Protector, I mean they're fucking -1 to hit and -1 to wound, right? But then you're giving up weapon skill and AP on them, which the AP is really fucking nice on them. Did you see the HEC list that one last week? 3 marshals with 1 uplink. I need to get there's a website that you can see lists. Hold on, let me see if I remember it. I haven't used this website very much, but I know people talk about it. Let me see. Okay. Listen, chat, you never have to pay for anything if you... Knowledge is power, okay? There's this website called armylist.rmz.gs, and it's basically like best coast pairings. It's not as intuitive or anything, but you can look up lists without having to pay. Sorry for the flashbang. But, let's see, Mechanicus... I'm assuming it's this one, 2025 316. That sounds right. No, yeah, it should be this one. Record 5-0. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so let me read chat before we get into this. I don't think it's ever worth giving crit 5 to Iron Striders when the CP is so valuable with the Admix generation. Yes, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is that, like, if you run 2 Iron Striders, it's not good enough because it's not good in output, right? Like, if you're taking 2 Iron Striders, you might as well just take a Disintegrator, right? If you're taking 3 Iron Striders, then, like, you're justifying them by having to use CP on them that is better spent elsewhere, right? It's just, like... That's the problem with it. It's the same with the Dominus. Like, the Dominus, you can try to justify him as much as you want one way or the other, but, like, in almost every scenario, the Marshal's better. You know what I mean? Or the Manipulus is better. Stays in Protector the whole game? Okay, I'll go into, with that in mind, checking out this list. 3 of them is 6 points to bring it down is just generally hard to move around the board. Yeah, I mean, they're fast, so they can get good line of sights, but, like, you have to make sure that all 3 of them have line of sight, whereas a Dizzy, you just have to worry about it drawing 1 line of sight somewhere. I'm like really... I'm talking a lot. I got an hour until I have to go. 45 minutes. So, we'll try to get a little bit more conversation in. Let me go get a cough drop, because I live in a really dry state and my throat is hurting. Just give me like 5 seconds. I just gotta run to the kitchen. In the meantime, enjoy this. Okay, we're back. All right, where did I leave off? Jesus, I have so much to say. Dominus Design is like defensive focused tech priest. It's just, but it does not work on the tabletop even after Halo's Creek comes out. Yeah, yeah. The best defense is killing the thing in front of you so you don't die. And it's not even like a good defensive profile, like something like what's the name of these fuckers? Deathwing Knights, you know, like reducing damage by 1 or something. That'd be like really nice. Granted, a Feel No Pain is probably better, but also they're Terminators, so there's that. Breaches with the Dom has helped me soaked up so many D3 shots. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that like it's you know unplayable. I'm just saying that it's not optimal in my opinion. Because yes, a Dom is more consistently defensive, but a Manipulus can just be like, hey, you know, I'm gonna shoot all these arc rifle shots and just delete you. And if I don't delete you and you clap back, I'm just gonna pop invuln and then clap you back next turn. You know what I mean? And then you get rid of them, and then you don't have to worry about soaking shots. Also, the fact that the Electro Leech staffs don't Electro Leech anymore is the saddest shit. Was the old Electro Leech was the one where if you killed, they got no, that was. Ew, I don't remember. I know what you're talking about. They had an ability. Let me see. We'll get into this list, I promise. I'm just getting distracted. Let's look at the data sheets from 9th. Wahoo is also a really good fucking website if you guys don't know. Let's see what a load electric piece used to do, because I do not remember. Each time it's made with this weapon, an unmodified wound roll of 6 inflicts 2 mortal wounds on the target. Jeez. I mean, it's basically devastating wounds. So, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, unless I'm looking at the wrong ability. Yeah, 5+ Feel No Pain. Add 1 to the rolls made by the blast ability and gets a 4+ influence. They used to have influence save? Oh, I thought it was always Feel No Pain. Ah. Shit. That's what I was confusing the other game when I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they only get it when they kill something. When you guys were telling me that they actually get a 4+ Feel No Pain by the Dominus, it used to be that they had to kill something. And that's what I was thinking of. That's why I didn't take it into account. Wait, in Protector they are -2 to hit and -1 to wound. I don't believe that hit modifiers like that stack. You can only ever worsen their ability and then be -1 to hit yourself. You can't do like double. You know what I mean? Reduction in weapon skill doesn't stack. Oh, there you go. Yeah. With the Dom, what's the side again? Which one for the army lists? I can link it if that's the one you're talking about. Whoa, what happened? This list makes me want to brain blast. I'm gonna get into it as soon as I'm finished reading this. Just linked it. Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. 2x3 Iron Shredder Last Chickens is cheaper than 3 Dissies. That's the only reason you'd swap. I think it's just worth the premium because you're not only getting last cannons, but you're getting missiles and stubbers, right? Like, they're basically, I mean, they are 9 stubber shots, aren't they? With Rapid Fire 3. Oh, no, it's 3 with Rapid Fire 3, yeah. But I'm pretty sure it has 3 of them. Am I wrong? Yeah, 3 Cognitus Heavy Stubbers, so it's 9 shots up to 18. It's exactly like a Dune Rider. It has so much more than just a Pharamite. And it's like really good at just clearing shit that's trying to tag it, right? Hey party people. Oh, hey Thorn, what's up? Skitty dancing. Don't see it. Here, let me link it to you. I see I came for the first important part of the stream. Cop drop flash sweet. You're right. It sucks. It sucks having to breathe up in such a fucking high altitude. I've grown up around really humid climates and I'm in a really dry state and it fucking blows. I go up the stairs and I'm like heaving like a fucking dumbass. Titanium Heart update. Titanium Heart sounds familiar, but I haven't played it. If that's a game. How viable are Castellans right now in Halo Creed? I think they're just as viable as they're going to be anywhere. Or they're the most viable here, bar maybe Cybernetica, but like it just depends. I have mostly dropped Castellans altogether unless I'm just trying to have fun in Halo's Creed, because like while they're good, they're just this like one really fat piece that is controlling one side of the board, and if you lose it, you lose a sizable portion of your army. I will say it's really good for filling out a list. Like if you're trying to play AdMech on a budget, fucking go 2x6 breachers, Castellans, and you have like half your list right there. I mean, the getting better when killing a unit. Yeah. Electro priests have whatever abilities they want as long as they're one wound and not battle line. They're bad. Uh, hmm. I don't know how I feel about that. I think Electro priests, if we're talking about Fulgurites, they need an extra attack. If we're talking about Corpus Scari, they probably need an AP. Um, to bring them up to something good, right? Because like the problem with what's the fucking name? The Fulgurites is that they have 2 attacks each. That is just really not good. They need 3. That's why they're like somewhat viable in Data Som. But the problem with Data Som is just like it's not good for the rest of the army. Like Fulgurites are the best things there in my opinion. But everything else is just kind of shit. And like you either go one way or the other, because it's like the entire game you either have 1 extra attack and 1 extra strength, or you have AP at half distance, which it's like you have to go into full Fulgurites. And if your melee units are just not as good as other people's dedicated melee, like an Exalted 8-bound is going to shit all over a Fulgurite. So it's 3 stubbers, 3 shots each. Yeah, 18 stubbers and rapid fire just adds so much consistency. Yep. That's why like you when I say that like an Iron Strider and a Dissy are interchangeable, or like Dissys are better than Iron Striders, is because they're basically last cannons with an extra hit. Sure, they don't have sustain, but they have everything else with them, and they have a bigger base so that you can draw line of sight. And you don't have to worry about taking 3 of them and then maybe giving up points, which I find better personally. They're also like way more durable. Sure, it's hard to take 3 Iron Striders down, but it's pretty easy to take 1 down. Doesn't give up 6 points when you're down. Yep, that's a big one. Also, the army list site is the best thing I've ever seen. Such an amazing resource. Yes, trust me, I don't pay for shit when it comes to GW because fuck them. Well, Best Coast Parents isn't GW, but I don't like to pay for stuff. There's always a way. I only pay for it if I like really support it, and I just don't like. I don't really care about like looking up at everyone's list in, Best Coast pairings. Like I'm not looking at like, oh, what Eldar list won. I don't really give a shit. It's just like, okay, Eldar won. I know roughly what they're good at. I don't need to see their exact composition, and I don't need to pay like $10 a month to see that. You know what I mean? Oh no, titanium hearts are medical achievement. Aussie doctors just made one that can be taken out of hospitals. Oh. No, I haven't seen that change. Corporate Scar and you ignore cover. Yeah, that'd be actually pretty good. I've had great success with them in Halo Creed. I have not. that's a meme on the channel right now. Is just how little Corpus Scar have done for me. I love them. I think they're so cool. Like, this just like flurry of shots, and they go in and then flurry of attacks, but they don't fucking do anything. I feel like a lot of the army is just fucking like same with infiltrators, like 50 shots and then only 2 wounds go through and they just fucking do a 2-up save and you're like, okay, all right, cool. I roll 50 dice and do nothing. Corpus Scari have been like that for me quite a bit actually. Out of any army, AdMech has the best reason not give GW money. True, I 3D print quite a bit actually. I always like my justification. There was a game that's like this. What is it? Magic and Magic the Gathering. Usually, if you're like proxying a really expensive card, most people are okay if you actually own 1 or 2 copies. Like I had okay, this is a really bad story. For those of you who know Magic, back in Khans of Tarkir, there was a special planeswalker you could pull out, Ugin the Spirit Dragon, when he got his first planeswalker card, and I pulled it in the pre-release. It was like worth $300 at the time. and I lost. Well, I didn't lose it. It was stolen when I went to a local event. My entire deck was stolen with like a bunch of fetch lands, a bunch of planeswalkers, and then my $300 rare planeswalker. Um, and then after that, I bought another one like 5 years later as like kind of like penance for myself, but I won't put it in the deck. It's in a binder, and whenever I play, I'm just like, I genuinely do own Ugin. You know what I mean? Like, here he is. I'm just not putting him in the deck, and I'm kind of the same way with like my army. Like, I have 6 breachers, like normal Cataphren breachers, and then I have 6 printed ones, right? To kind of be like, okay, like I am actually, buying the army, so to speak. But you got me fucked up if you think I'm buying 12 or 18 breachers, man. Have you seen how expensive those things are? So that's kind of my thing. It's like, as long as I have like one unit that kind of like says like, hey, this is this, then the other's fine to be the other. Like I just built like 4 or 5 GW sterilizers, and then I'm gonna 3D print my Skystalkers because it's like, hey, obviously I have them. I could buy more, but I also don't like to spend $2,000 on plastic. The only time that I don't do that is if I genuinely like the models. Like, I have a bunch of Tau boxes that I'm gonna crack open at some point, and it's because I like how I like how Tau suits look, right? Like all the 3D ones, I'm just like, eh. Like GW did a good design, and I like them, and I'll continue to buy them because of that. But okay, um, they just need the entire combo. Yeah, they do. A lot of the army right now is designed around comboing units together, and not so much comboing buffs together like that your army gives you, more like things that your unit gives you. So it's not really like every other army has that, to be honest. Like back when like you ran biologists with a bunch of centurions, right? Or like, was it centurions in Space Marines? Or like, legionary plus lord combo, or legionary plus master of executions combo. It's like, you know back in the day we used to stack a lot more than just units, but every army stacks leaders. Like, that's nothing unique to AdMech, really. Loading 2 CP. I have blown up a Doomsday Arc from a boat with Cog Manipulator. Cog Manipulator. Oh, like cognitive reinforcement? What unit were they leading? Like a... I'm assuming breachers if you blew up a Doomsday Arc. I had that in 9th. I was playing the Data Horde one where it gave you crit 5s to arc weapons, and I blew up one of my friend's ghost arcs, and I killed all his warriors inside. Hear me out. Give Electro Priest arc effect to anti-rifle, or to anti-vehicle. Wait. Give Electro Priest arc effect to anti-vehicle? Wait, what? You mean like Corpus Scar get anti-vehicle? I'm always finding myself comparing Electro Priest against Tyraxes Osarian's assets with 5+ feel no pain in SAC. If they're not that durable, so they have to full a roll of Skutari, don't get battle line. Yeah, that's kind of the issue with a lot of the army, especially in HHC. Kind of what I was saying earlier about what's the name of these guys? Dragoons. You can try to justify taking them, but then you just realize, like, okay, well, I should probably just take Rostalkers instead. Or Tyraxi. Like, Tyraxi are just way better. Which sucks. I love Dragoons. They're, like, one of my favorite units. I say that a lot, but they genuinely are. Like, Dragoons, Infiltrators. I think that's it. I like Fulgurites gameplay-wise, but I hate their models. I ran the Corpus Carry math, and you underrolled every roll but one, and Manta overloaded every roll odds. Yeah, but like 3 turns straight, dude. You know what I mean? But I've had them kill Dread Knights. You were saying the boat combo with Corpus Scar killing Dread Knights. They can. I mean, lethal hits is really strong on them. Especially like rerolling wounds. Yes. But if they had reroll hit, that'd be a really cool thing to do too. It was Corpus from a boat with 5+ crits. Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were talking about my game. You blew up a Doomsday Arc with cognitive reinforcement manipulator with the 5 crit. Well, I tried doing that into fucking, what's the name of these guys? What's the name of this shit? Carnifexes, and that didn't work. So I'm glad it worked for you. I'll have to try again. I'm not like completely ruling out Corpus, but I really like Fulgies. I can't believe it. If I remember correctly, Doomsday Arcs are T9s, so you soundtrack them on 5s as well. They are T9, I'm pretty sure. T9 or T10. Well, T10 would change it because then that'd be sixes. DDA. Yeah, T9, you're right. Yeah, make Electro Priest the anti-vehicle version of Rustalkers and give him a more committed role. Um, I think the idea behind priests, is the fact that they're supposed to be the kind of like pseudo screens, which doesn't really scream elite to me, and we have plenty of screens as it is because of their electroshock ability. I know Kitsune yelled at me before because they're like, don't underestimate it, and they're not wrong. I just don't think it's a great ability for you know elites, in my opinion, because like this is exactly what you're saying. This is the punishment for pseudo elite 501. See, sure, sustain hits too, but like this ability doesn't justify them. That's why they're so cheap, because they hit like piss, and their ability is just kind of like situational at best. So they're gonna be priced accordingly, right? Also, sorry for my spelling. My spell check is a damn Swedish and it just fucks me. It's okay. I try my best to understand. I hit like 10 5-ups to crit and high roll. There was the game when I was fighting Bellicor, and I got so many devastating on him. Like, they're very swingy. I like if Fulgurites were fight first. In Data or Data Song, they are, but not innately. I know what you mean. It's crazy that a Lictor is, but they aren't. I kind of feel like they should be. Considering they have such little attacks, and Lictors also cost like fucking 50 points and also have loan up, but no clue how I got soundtracked. Different kind of durability buff, yeah, in a way, right? Because they're disincentivized to try to fight them, and they're better at shooting them, which would be better, yeah. Shock isn't that good of an ability with a 12-inch range gun either. Yes, that's what I meant to bring up. Sorry, you're right. I wanted to bring that up because 12. I knew I was missing something. I was like trying to justify, like, yeah, 501. There's something else. It's 12, right? That's what I was telling Kitsune in Discord. I was like, I just don't feel like hopping off a boat 12 inches away really matters. Yes, they can fail charges. I'm not taking that away from Kitsune. They're absolutely right. But within 12 is very, very dangerous, and Halo Screed can offer them 18, but at that point it's just like I'd rather have cognitive reinforcement, because Kitsune is also right in the fact that with cognitive they can punch way up, like way up. Cognitive reinforcement is definitely one of the best things to give a Corpuscari, because they benefit from both. It's just the AP, but the cognitive fixes that. It gives them 1 AP. It lets them hit on 2s, and then they hit on 3s here. It's fucking incredible. It's great. It's just that sometimes they don't like to work for me. So, yeah, let's check out this list. I've been talking too much. Not this one. Sorry. This one. Okay. So you said this was a protector list. So, let's see. Skitari Hunter Cohort in protector. Okay. Marshall. Battlesphere Uplift makes sense. Celtic Thrallnet kind of makes sense. I don't see why you would want to be in protector with Celtic, but... So triple Marshall, I'm assuming triple boat and triple Vanguard. Yeah. Oh wait, no, Ranger, Vanguard. Yeah, triple boat, triple Vanguard. Yep. Rangers to stay in the back. Dune Rider. Oh, double Dune Rider, not triple. I wonder what he's doing with these Vanguards then. Skystalker, Infiltrator, Dissy. I'm assuming he went full protector to just straight up shoot things off the board with this, and then tie up with -1 to hit on everything else. Battlesphere Uplink is obviously the one that's abusing the boat combo. Celtic Thrallnet, I'm assuming he's putting on... I'm surprised to not see Iron Striders here. Usually Celtic Thrallnet is really good with Iron Striders, but... I mean, it's not bad with the Disintegrator either, but... It's interesting. I mean, yeah, this tracks. He's just playing a very cagey way to lock people into the deployment zone. Yeah, taking 10 Skystalkers 3 times. Gee, yeah, whoever he was facing was not having a fun time. This is the criticism I have of the army when I'm just like, this is a degenerate playstyle. Listen, you make it work. I'm not saying he's degenerate for playing it. I'm just saying that the fact that this exists... Oh man, bro, this seems like absolute fucking dreadful to play into. I wonder what he did with the third. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he probably kept the third Vanguard back so he can get Kantic Thrallnet with the Vanguard. So it's like this Marshal was with some Vanguards sitting back with a bunch of Disintegrators, and then the other two were on the transports. One with the Battle Sphere, the other just alone. And then Rangers to zone out the back, I'm assuming. Also, Rangers are not bad because they can sticky objectives, and in HHC, they can go into reserves. Like, say your opponent has finished deep striking and they're just sitting in the back doing nothing. If you know you're not going to lose your home objective because they have no way of going over there, then you can use these guys with programmed withdrawal and then push them up somewhere else, which is not bad. And, you know, he is playing HHC, so... Or SHC, sorry. What I was thinking about the Ruststalkers is an ability that nulls fights first abilities unless charged, gives them that fast assassin vibes. That would be actually kind of cool, yeah. I mean, Optimized Gate is a pretty good ability. Well, I mean, for as cheap as they are, right? With Corpys having such a short range, I feel like they need to be deadly or tougher, and right now they're neither. Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The reason they have 12 is because they're technically pistols, right? Yeah, they're technically pistols. So like the point is that you can push them in and you know, shock them. And like if what you could do, say like if you go in your shooting phase and you're in melee, you shoot them with pistols in melee, and then if they kill the unit, then they're still shocked. So if they're trying to move afterwards, after they wipe your Corpies, they're still shocked. But at the same time, I don't think an incentive to where your unit is made to, I don't know, lock something up and then reduce its movement really matters when you have Taraxi, Infiltrator, Cerberus, Sulfur Hounds. You know, like you have enough things that do that already, and you don't really want your unit to die to be able to use its ability. Like, short of like a fight on death or like a shoot on death like Hellblasters, right? I just think that there's things that do this better. That's it. That is a fun list. That sounds dreadful. It sounds fun for you, dreadful for everyone else. I tend not to like SHC lists because I don't like the idea of like holding your opponent back and basically doing nothing while you score. I just think it's really, really boring. I like seeing models get removed off of my opponent's side of the table and then removing stuff off of mine. Like, I cheer on my opponents when they're like destroying my board. But HHC is very much like one that just doesn't let you do that. I mean, you'll lose stuff. But you're going to make it hard as hell for them to remove stuff while you also don't remove anything. It's just putting your opponent at a stalemate, which is like fucking boring as shit in my opinion. Welcome to Bird Jail, the list, Jesus. You can do worse. You can bring 30 fucking Skystar or sterilizers like fucking Alex did. That guy's is insane. Yeah, I imagine -1 to hit and 5+ feel no pain is annoyingly durable. You're absolutely right, it is. Especially if you're -1 to hit and Protector and... Well, yeah, Protector and Stealth, right? And then, yeah, you're just spamming fucking Bionic Endurance. 30 birds is cursed. You can do 60. You can always do 60. Yeah, that list looks miserable for movement. That's the idea. Yeah, that's the idea. It's very good when you have Assault army-wide and you can just lock things up, switch to Protector, and then just call it a day. Omni or Destroyers viable, or they're better just take something else? So I've seen a lot of talks about people saying that Destroyers are going to be kind of good right now because they're cheap enough to trade into something like what's the name of this list? More Daka, because that's like the big boogeyman right now. So people are saying that like that list is good enough to trade. It has enough range to where you can safely shoot things, especially with like not Inloader Lethality, Sanctified Ordnance, which gives you the 6 inch increase, while also being able to deal enough damage to deal with orcs, right? I don't know. I think usually they still have that stipulation of if you're trying to fit something into your list, they're the first things you cut. But this does deal with orcs pretty well. So, not bad. It's just that usually most of the time you're thinking about breachers, but increasing this to 42 inches and staying as far the fuck away from orcs as possible while it's still being able to wipe them off is pretty nice. And then you can reroll your hazards, obviously, with the Dominus. But I don't think you're like going to see 6+3 lists of Cataphren Destroyers. Like, breachers are still the better ones. It's just that you're going to be playing a lot more risky into something like orcs. Because, you know, they're more susceptible. You have to be within 15 to 18 inches to get rapid fire with them. I joined a team event and my leader said either anti-rad vehicle or a Halo's Creed board horde. Guess which one I picked. I'm assuming board horde. Hold on, let me bring up. Okay. Two viewers on Twitch. Will I reach 50 viewers on Twitch before the end of the month? I doubt it. I get like one follower on Twitch every time I stream, so I just have to stream 9 more times. Agreed on HC in general. It's probably just better than Halo's Creed, but Halo's Creed is way more fun. Yes, 100%. I think SHC is the best competitive one, but that doesn't mean it's fun or healthy, right? It's just the thing that performs the best in a competitive environment, and it's because its rules are very just stat checky in a way, right? Kind of like how Knights is like, okay, well, I hit on 2s and my stuff is giant strength, and if you can't kill me, then that's fine. The same thing with HHC is just basically, here's a horde that's really, really hard to remove, and at some point somebody's not going to be able to deal with that, you know. 210 points for 18 wounds, 3+ plasma shot flamers is not bad. Yes, the thing about destroyers is that they're so cheap and non-committal. Again, when you're trying to round off a list, though, usually they're the first things you cut, in my opinion. Because breachers are able to do more. The thing about right now that people are speculating with more DACA is that you're either going to have to just run and fucking tag them, or you're going to have to play at a distance where they can't reach you, right? Now, obviously, they're running trucks. They're able to kind of close the gap on you. It just depends on how you want to handle things and kind of pray for the best. Because I think one thing that's notable is orcs do not get the sustain hit 2 on Overwatch, and that is pretty big, because that means you can play aggressive into them and try to remove them, because it says during your shooting phase. So, and then obviously Assault doesn't stop them from like falling. They can't fall back and shoot unless they're carrying, I think, one of the enhancements, which is this one right here. Yeah, Zog off. But the idea is either tag them as fast as you can or stay the fuck away from them. And I think destroyers are a unit that can deal with them, stay away from them, and not commit. Whereas Cataphron breachers, yes, they can kill them in melee too and tag them, but they're ridiculously slow. That's the problem. So usually Cataphrons are like hiding behind a wall, or they're like popping out, shooting, exposed for a turn, and then they are able to do the charge. I think DACA is going to destroy that kind of playstyle. So Rust Stalkers are probably better into them, or deep striking some Sky Stalkers. Halo's Creed is not fun for either of the players. I'm assuming you didn't mean HC, Kitsune, you meant SHC? It's one letter off. I'm trying to make sure I understood that right. Reroll hazards if you pick over. Yeah. The Destroyer's Overwatch is also very real. Yeah, but like rerolling hits is just like way better. It's just like way better. Because it's like viable on 2 parts of the game rather than one. Destroyers are a sleeper MVP. I'm not gonna say they're bad. I'm just gonna say that they're very replaceable. Funny part is that it's identical hits to breachers and rerolls. Yeah. The thing is that like they're only good in Overwatch, right? Like yes, they can. 5 and 6 kind of goes to about the same if you're hitting on or doing Overwatch only on 6 rerolling, sure. But 1 is able to fish, first of all, lethal hits, right? And the other is also just really good at shooting and melee, whereas breachers are good at shooting, but they don't get reroll hits. And they're just not a thing in melee. They're only good for Overwatch, and that automatically means that you have to go and spend a point on them, right? Like, they are your Overwatch target, but that's it. That's all they're good for. You know what I mean? HC Hunter Group. Also the rad vehicle. Okay. No, sorry. I know HC as Halo's Creed. And then I know SHC as Skitari Hunter Cohort. My bad. True and real, but I'd have the cost. Yeah. Breachers are one of the few units in anime that actually have consistent damage. They're one of the best. I can show you guys another resource I have here. I'd be more keen on breachers if the literal tank infantry had better than a 6+. Yeah, they just die too quickly. Is it 6? I thought it was 5. Not that it really matters. I get your point. Oh, it is 6. Oh, you're right. That's crazy, actually. Them and Corpus Cari units with the combo are the only two, in my opinion, that I can think of. I don't know about Corpus Cari being consistent, but that's just me. That's anecdotal. Agreed. I find it funny the destroyer rule is almost strictly worse than breachers. Yeah, 9 times out of 10 it is. But I mean, I get the point, right? SHC is not fun for either players. I took the red anti-vehicle. Oh, okay. I thought you meant Halo's Creed Flood, which is like, that sounds fun. That I was just going over a list that I had where I ran 30 Rusties on Halo's Creed. But yes, SHC Horde does not sound fun. HC Horde does. It's a great anti-vehicle. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. What did I want to show you guys? Okay, there's another resource. Let me show you. Unfortunately, I don't have access to this one into the Discord. This is on the other AdMech Discord. Not on mine. I mean, I could probably ask to see if I could use it, but let me see. Because they have like hella competitive players over in that other one. So we're just gonna use this one. This is basically a damage spread of the units while they're in Conquer. So what were we talking about? Breachers, right? So this is basically showing the average of wounds based on what they're shooting at. So like Rhinos, Riptides, Lord of Change, Armigers, Catons, Maleceptors. And it's just like kind of finding the closest stat that you can to what you're shooting into. And it just gives you a rough idea. But green basically means that they're like points efficient into their damage. And as you can see, Manipulous Breachers with arc rifles and short range is almost green across the board. Like these things just do damage all the fucking time. Which is really nice. But then something like, say, I don't know, Rust Stalkers, right? 10 man, they're really, really good into things with like 3 toughness, 4+ save, 1 wound. But the farther you get down, when you start, pitting them against, say, an Armiger or a Lord of Change, they're not doing much. They do pretty good into Rhinos because Rhinos do not have an influence save. They have 3+. You can obviously get them -2 AP. That's why they hit well. But then they do a little bit worse into something, say, like a Gladiator Reaper, because it has a lot more wounds. Link, please. I got you. This is the Conquer sheet. I can send the other one. What's it called? The Protector one as well. It's a very long fucking URL. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just. Listen, I'm a fucking wellspring of information. This is the Protector one, this second link that I'm sending. It should say at the top too, it says new AdMech Conqueror sheet. It'll say Protector for the other one. I do want to try Halo Horde because funny, but I don't have money or 3D printer to run it. I want to show you guys something too that I'm going to print out. 6 destroyers with Manipulate Sanctifies Ordnance sounds so good on paper in Halo's Creed. I just can't trust to bring over 6 destroyers at 300 points. Yeah, no, I feel that. Are that Rust Stalkers with the 3 anti-infantry or dev wounds? It has both. So you have... it should have both. Reroll 1s, combined alpha lads. Let's see. It should have both. Almost positive I saw it. Oh, maybe it doesn't. I know it has it for like some of them. Like it tells you individually what they have. Rusty's new. Huh. No, I guess it doesn't. I thought it did. Dragoon, Scorpius. Okay, so then I'm assuming it's just saying an average. Some of these like specifically call out weapons. Like Phosphor Crab, Eradicator Crab, Neutron Crab. I guess the Rust Stalkers don't. For whatever reason. Maybe I'm just not looking right. 5 man, 10 man, combined RR1. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna assume it's just it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and call that it's the average. The average damage with either weapon. Thank you. I love Call's new gun name in the sheet. It's not real friendship. A good catch. I didn't see that. A river to his people. Yes. Knowledge is power, everyone. But yeah, talking about 3D printing, I like how Rust Stalkers look, right? Don't get me wrong. But I'm always looking to 3D print stuff if it looks cooler. Especially for I don't know if you guys have ever built like Rust Stalkers or I'm assuming you have. The amount that you pay, it's like $60 for one of those fucking boxes for like these little toothpick fucking plastic pieces, right? And as much as I love your design, it's really hard to justify buying that box in my opinion. Especially because they only come in 5s and not 10s. But I saw this really cool studio. Normally I go with like more Daka Store or Station Forge is okay. I don't really like their AdMech stuff. But there's this people called Red Makers, and they have these hella cool looking Rust Stalkers. Look at these guys. They look sick as shit. They don't have the hood. They don't, like the gas mask looking thing. I mean, some of them do. This guy does. Right? But here's the coolest part about this fucking model, right? Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. Okay. If you notice, their legs are fucking blades. This is so fucking cool in my opinion. I was like, dog, I'm buying this and I'm 3D printing a squad of fucking 30. These things look awesome as fuck. Oh my god, man. I am gonna grab as soon as it gets warmer outside where I can 3D print and not like have to poison myself because of resin, I'm gonna print these guys. That's so rad. 100%, right? Oh, it's so sick. They also have infiltrators too. They have quite a bit for the Mechanicus. Not like an amazing amount, but if you guys want to check them out, they're called Red Makers. Their infiltrators also look cool as shit. The Marshall, I have two like GW Marshalls, but I might make the third one one of these to break it up a little bit. These guys look cool as fuck too. I love how infiltrators normally look. They're like, again, my favorite unit is little R2D2 heads, but man, these guys look sick. They don't have the little R2D2 heads, but oh man, these guys are cool as fuck. And then this is the Marshall, I think. No, sorry, these are the Vanguards. Vanguards look sick as shit too. Their heads are a lot cooler in my opinion. I kind of like the slit that Vanguards have where they don't have eyes. But these guys just look a lot chunkier. I also like the kind of like goat leg kind of thing. Kind of like the infiltrators have. Where's the Marshall though? Oh, this guy right here. Here he is. Yeah, the Marshall looks sick as fuck. I like that kind of like sunken helmet look. Kind of looks like a God, what's the name of the armor? The Space Marine armor, not the Terminator one, the one below it. Gravis armor, I think. Yeah, these dudes look sick as fuck, man. Yeah, if you want to check them out, Red Makers, they have some really cool shit. But yeah. Petition to change Call's guns to Sunray of Friendship. It would be cool. It'd be sick. The problem is that they're dual build kit with infiltrators. Yeah. The only good thing I like about that box is that I personally have my Cataphrons with infiltrator heads. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I've linked it. But mine have infiltrator heads, so if I build them as Rust Stalkers, I get extra heads for my Cataphrons. But at this point, I'm pretty good with Cataphrons. I have 6 that have... They're destroyers because I bought them at an auction. But, as long as you tell your opponent, hey, these are destroyers, usually they don't give a shit. And then I have 6 more that are kind of like Myrmidons. The fucking 30k ones. They're just in the same base size. These are very cool. Yeah. Normally, I 3D print mode sift for Stalkers. Are always too clunky. Oh, normally the 3D print models for Stalkers are always too chunky. I don't care, man. I normally, if I am 3D printing something, I do it when it comes to a disadvantage to me, right? Because I don't want to be like, oh, modeling for disadvantage. Like I have I also haven't shown you guys this. I think you might have seen it if you were in the Discord. But there's a guy called MIsc, and he's the one I'm making my my Death Guard after. Basically 100% 3D printed. But he has a Mortarion that looks like... Where's he? Oh, damn, he made new ones. Holy shit. What the fuck is that? Oh, did he make an Armiger or a Chaos Brigand version? Damn, this guy works quick as fuck. He made Cultists too. Yeah, he's adding new things to the range because some of these haven't been here since I last checked. But this is my Mortarion copy. And the wings are up like this, but I glued them wrong, so they're more spread out. And I'm just like, you know what? People can draw a better line of sight, but whatever. It's at my disadvantage, not theirs. So my friend with the 3D printer is about to suffer because I need those rusties. Yeah, red makers. Right here. They're called no, not Phantom Reapers. They're called something Reapers. As soon as it loads. Blade Reapers. Blade Reapers from red makers. These things. Sick as fuck, man. $12 and you can get as many as you want. It's fucking incredible. That's why I usually don't enjoy them. It's fine. I mean, I like the chunkier look, to be honest. I like the slim look of Ruststalkers. It really plays into that kind of like slim and unsettling thing. But I mean, dude, these guys have fucking chainsaws for legs. Come on now. You want to talk about fucking robots, cyborg men things? I mean, that you can't get much farther than that. That's cool as fuck. And they still kept like the iconic look of the blades. It's sweet, man. To be fair, printing info waves, To be fair, printing infols waves you more R2D2 heads to kit bash the rest of the army. True. I did buy them from eBay. I just like bought a bunch of bits. I still have one of the the boarding patrol boxes that I managed to find in Japan. So I have like one of those boxes left to build. Let me make sure I'm not running late for raid. Okay. The Blade Reapers give me more General Grievous vibes. Yeah, I love General Grievous. He's my favorite Star Wars character. Especially if they had forearms, that'd be cool as fuck. Like the what is it called? The Necropolis Stalker, or what are they called? What's the name of these fucking guys? AOS. Yeah, Necropolis Stalkers. These guys. This is from AOS. So they're like dual wielding, dual handing greatsword. It's like the coolest thing ever. If I was to play AOS, it'd either be this or Slaves to Darkness. Necropolis Stalkers, yeah. The red and China looking ones look incredibly dark. The red and chunky ones. Yeah. I think a lot of like 3D printing has a lot of dark mech. So yeah, another thing. And they have some pretty cool shit. Scions, if you ever wanted to fucking build them, I guess. Oh, I love the stuff from Deadly Prince Studios. Their base additions to Taraxi are awesome. Yeah, I just built the ones that I put up the other day. Let me not close these because I actually need these. But yeah, if you want Death Guard, this guy's fucking prints are awesome as shit. I have the Death Shrouds. Where are they? So I have this one built. Oh, the Demon Prince, man. I gotta show you guys the Demon Prince. It's so cool. It's like a LARPy manta ray. Look at this thing. It's so cool. And you can switch the head for this like lamprey head. So I have this printed out right now. I have it like coated with gray on top. I just need to get, and the flames are purple. I just need to get around to actually painting it. Manta ray demon wings, man. Either give him the hammerhead face or this like cool teeth face. Too bad they are not that good right now. Oh, the Demon Princes, yeah. There was a little bit of brewing going on with what's the name of this? Flyblown Host. Because you want to, I mean, depends on how you want to run the list. But you know, it's Death Guard infantry, Poxwalkers are infantry. And if I was that the combo? If I'm remembering correctly, that you basically go. Is it Demon Prince with wings? Okay, yeah, Feel No Pain 6. And then I think you run Poxwalkers with them because they don't have Feel No Pains. Or was it Cultist? One of the two. Okay, no, so it wasn't this. What? I think it was just fucking Plague Marines, maybe. I don't remember. There was a thing that you basically ran them for a reason. It's escaping me right now. It's been a while since I looked into this. Which one was it, actually? Now I'm starting to wonder. Was it I think you ran them with Death Shrouds because they don't have Feel No Pains and the Demon Prince gave it to them. Yeah, because Death Guard infantry within contagion range, they get feel no pain 6, and then I think you just have a wall. Oh, you have a wall of Blight Lords, because everyone was trying to make Blight Lords work, and I don't think they have feel no pains. Yeah, so you just fucking run them with Blight Lords, and now they have feel no pain, 4+ invuln. Yeah, they're not exactly great. You're right, but oh, the Necropolis Stalkers. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played AOS, but every single time I look at playing AOS, I look at either Ossiarch Bone Reapers or Slaves to Darkness, because I love skeletons, and I tend to not like the aesthetic of something like Tomb Kings. I love like Death Rattle skeletons, but I hate vampires. I just think vampires are like the wackest thing. Hot take, but vampires are just whack to me, in my opinion. I have that army there, very elite. Yeah, that's exactly why I want to do that, because like AOS is very not my thing. But if I was to get into it, I would want something I can build really quick. So, you know, I was like, okay, well, like non-committal, right? A couple of more tech or more geists? No, that's vampires. The fucking flying guys, the ones that look like they have jetpacks made out of souls, and then the Gothazar Harvester is like the coolest looking model I've ever seen with the Crouch Goblin. So, okay. I'm getting pinged to go do my Final Fantasy raid night, so that'll wrap it up for this stream. I was gonna do a quick one, and I thank you for coming out, guys. Holy shit, was not expecting 14 people. Well, I maxed at like 17 or something, but I wasn't expecting so many people to come for something so short notice and just to yap about Warhammer, even though that is what I fucking titled it. So I was expecting to play more games, but I completely got my attention taken away. But I like this. I love talking to you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's part of the reason that I started to stream, and I like streaming a lot, actually. Sometimes I feel bad because I'll hop on stream and I'm just like, hey, a video hasn't come out in a while. I should probably be fucking working on that. What am I rating? Progging M4 right now. I think we've gotten to we've gotten past Electrope and going into intermission, and we're trying to clean that up. So thanks, Tommy. Enjoy the video. Have a nice day, and thank you again. Yeah. Just so you guys know, I know that I haven't posted a proper video in a while. The next one is slotted first thing next month. If you were a fabricator, you would know that, Thorn. I think you've already seen it if I remember correctly. But yeah, not that it really matters. It's not like a spoiler or anything. First thing next month, new videos coming out. I might post one sooner than that if I just want to. I'm gonna try to see. I might make like a video that's like, hey, here's Forge World Agrippina and everything that's cool about it. Because Forge Worlds aren't really talked about anymore. With the whole, like, you know, it doesn't really matter what Forge World you build, you just running detachments. So I thought it'd be kind of cool as like little filler content. I also have a lot of like travel throughout the year, so there might be periods of time where I'm gone for like 2 weeks, and I might just make these little like filler videos in between just to be like, hey, here's something, right? And then the bigger projects, obviously, are the ones I'm taking my time on. But between a very tough work schedule, like I think this week I'm working 72 hours, so yesterday was one of my off days, and my internet was down the entire day, and today's one of my off days, and yeah, I'm gonna edit today as much as I can. I'm going to. It's gonna kind of be hard to post stuff, but you know, I'm trying my best. Which is why I was aiming for a 2-week video this week, or this time around anyway, because the last video was technically Voices in the Coded 14th for the data slate. But I do want to get out like the normal videos that I do, you know, like the ones that pulled people here to begin with. I know that like Voices in the Code isn't everyone's cup of tea. Same with like, you know, quarterly analysis. Sometimes you just want to know X, Y, or Z. So first thing next month, definitely going to be a video. I'll see if maybe if I finish that one early and I have time for another one, I'll try to put a filler one coming out next week. But bar that, hopefully we get back to the normal schedule. Next month, I'm also working 12s for like 5 days out of the week. So it's just a lot of time constraints lately. But we'll try to get it out there in time. Meanwhile, I'll try to fill in that time with streams if you guys want to join. There'll always be maybe a battle report or two coming out between that downtime. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Battle reports, I'm going to try to be a thing that I more consistently post. because one, I get to chill and play Warhammer. Two, it's a lot more fun with an audience. So, but yeah, that's enough yapping for me. Thank you guys for coming out. I'll also, with battle reports, I will post like on YouTube, like a premiere, right? So you guys like have time to actually show up. It's not gonna be like this where I just randomly come on. So those will be probably ahead of time. But besides that, like these talking streams, I'm just gonna hop on whenever I have time. Yeah, I might be on later tonight too. I don't know, like because I have to stay up all night. If you guys weren't here to hear this earlier, I have to stay up all night because I have to switch to a night shift schedule. So if I get bored of editing, I'll just like hop on and play Metroid or something. I don't know. So I can hit my European audience that way. Anyway, enough yapping. For real, for real, for real. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you guys. You'll find me on Discord if you want to chat a little bit more. I'll be there. If you don't know, there's a Discord. Check out the latest YouTube video. I'm sure the link is there somewhere. Okay. Let me not hold up. I'm playing tank, so. Okay, bye. Mwah.